the Veterans Memorial Stadium. I'm so used to basketball, Matt, that I almost said Nellis Hall. You almost got me there.
Yeah.
But we're here. We're ready for the final regular season home game for the Red Ravens as they take on Garden City. I'm Shane Neal, Matt Jordan alongside with me, and it's the 4-6 Garden City Broncbusters against the 3-6 Coffeyville Community College Red Ravens. Matt, a couple of things these teams have in common. Both teams, a lot of history, have had down years, but both teams have big-time wins over the Butler Grizzlies. So a couple of things these two teams share as we head into this final game.
Yeah, both these teams not happy with their record at this point in the season. Both teams had much higher expectations coming into this season, and Coffeyville trying to finish their season with a win, Garden as well. Coffeyville also trying to stay out of last place of the Jayhawk, and Garden just doesn't want to end their season with a loss. So, there's still a lot to play for despite the unfortunate way these seasons have gone for both these teams.
No doubt there is. And, Matt, with it being the final regular season home game, of course, that means sophomore day. A lot of players will be playing their final game in Coffeyville here this afternoon. And one last, something we'll hear from Coach Lyer here in just a couple minutes, but something I really like his approach for, one last chance to play with the guys you've spent 2 years with or 1 year with here, whatever it may be. One last chance, the guys you've been in practice and lifts with every single day since the spring. You get one final 60 minutes together on the field.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, the brotherhood of sports and the camaraderie that comes with it. And, I mean, that goes for Garden as well. I mean, it's the last chance for them. A lot of these guys hope they're going to, make their resume better for the next level or, still have aspirations to go play at the next level. And some guys on the CCC team are auditioning to be the guys next season here at CCC. Same with Garden. And so, despite the records, despite everything else that's going on, there's so much to play for.
No doubt about it. And, something that we will be keeping an eye on here today. We don't know for sure who's playing quarterback for the Red Ravens. We're projecting it's going to be Enzo Tedesco, but Jeremiah Moore, of course, suffered that injury against Butler. We don't know his availability today, if it is at all any availability, but Enzo Tedesco went on the road against the number 2 team in the nation, had over 200 yards passing, a 60% completion percentage, and 2 touchdowns. Matt, it seems like every single rep he's gotten as the year has gone on, he's gotten stronger.
Yeah, he's definitely gotten better and shown parts of his game that we didn't realize he had. I mean, when he played that game against Independence, what feels like forever ago, we didn't realize he was as athletic as he was, showed that against Kansas Wesleyan, and then used that athleticism to essentially win the game against Butler with that long touchdown run. So I feel confident with Tedesco as the starter, and to be honest, Coach Lyer hopes game flow dictates that they can even let Connor Oppo get a few reps due to it being sophomore night. Afternoon, I guess.
No doubt about it. And, we caught up with Coach Lyer a little bit earlier this week on the Red Raven Coaches Show, got his thoughts on how the team played against Iowa Western and, of course, their mindset heading into today's senior day against the Garden City Broncbusters. So let's step away for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Lyer and his thoughts heading into this afternoon's game. You're listening to the Red Raven pregame show on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
State Bank at work. DIC Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Mike Avey, and at Community State Bank, we believe in Coffeyville.
When you need to rely on a nursing facility for the care of a loved one, wouldn't it be comforting to know that the owner is providing the care? Owner Stephanie Bean with Medical Lodges is proud to supply that tender care in Coffeyville. Skilled nursing services, rehabilitation, adult daycare, and much more are all offered. Visit medicallodges.com or stop by 2921 West 1st in Coffeyville and learn more. Medical Lodges Coffeyville, where they serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
You have a choice on where to go and who you want to be. Here at Coffeyville Community College, you can be you. We can make you workforce ready at one of our technical campuses, be a student athlete, join an honors program or an activity, have a voice with student government, and be involved with student life events. Our school believes in our red and white traditions, providing you with a quality education and preparing you for the next journey in life. Once you experience our campus, you know you've made the right choice. Let us help you make all.
And big
thanks to GG's for, of course, hosting us every single week. We cannot be there live this week, but we throughout the season, and we'll continue to have that partnership as we move throughout basketball season as well. But we're joined, of course, by Coach Jeff Lyer. And Coach, heading into the final week of the regular season, you're coming off of a very tough loss against Iowa Western, but it's more so. It's very similar to the when we talked a few weeks back about Iowa Central. Of course, it's a different football team than we saw the first month of the season, in the sense that I think it's a stronger unit, and it's a team that's competing a lot more and playing executing more sound football than they did maybe the first half of the season. But story of the season for this group has just been so close, just can't get over the hump.
Can't make the plays when we need to make them. A lot of factors, but the opponent's awfully good, well coached. They line up every week, having come off a week of practice as well. So they got us. We had every opportunity for 4 quarters. It didn't come down to the last play that we took a shot to try to go get the first down. And I know I just wanted to try to get the first and then just punch it in and not let them have the ball back and be able to come away with a win. We wanted that play the way we wanted, as far as to execute it the way we needed to. So, it's been a frustrating year. It's been the kids have battled, as you can tell, by 2 3-point losses, 2 6-point losses, and a 9-point loss. I mean, it's hard because we have a lot of expectations here within these walls, let alone in the community, what people expect from this program. And we had it put to a pretty good level the last 2 years. We thought we'd taken that next step, but when we rotate kids in and out, you never know what you get till you get them here and go up against people. But the league is a little bit flipped upside down too when you look at it, with Butler and Garden and Coffeyville on the bottom end, and you got Highland and Dodge have had a good year, and they flipped it with this 55 a man out of state. You can flip it kind of quick if you get the right ingredients, So, but we got one more, and hopefully we go out and execute and see if we can't finish it the right way.
And Coach, something that I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this, and I know that when you've coached college football as long as you have, that I'm sure that it doesn't matter, nothing matters to you except for the W or the L at the end of the day. But I'm curious, playing Iowa Western so tough. I mean, I'm sure a lot of Reavers, coaches, players would tell you that was probably their toughest game of the year heading into their season finale. Do you almost use that as a silver lining to try and maybe move on from a game like that, where obviously you didn't get the win at the end of the day? And I know it's kind of a weird way of thinking about it, but almost taking pride in giving them their toughest game of the year and showing that you're still a team to be reckoned with every single week.
That sounds good, but as you said, did you beat them? No. Nobody remembers that. Mm-hmm. All they know is Iowa Western's still undefeated, and they're going to go play Hutch, and they're probably going to be a Final Four and possibly play for a second straight national championship. I mean, we weren't going to be playing for a national championship or even a playoff bid had we won, but, each week we go out, we're trying to get a W, because it's been tough to come by with these close losses, but we're not really for moral victories, all that stuff. You either beat somebody or you come up short, and that's where we've been most of this season. Just come up short.
Coach, something that another, I guess, fold wrinkle to this game on Saturday was, I think for the most part this season, at least from what I've been able to tell, you've been reasonably fortunate in terms of not having a ton of key injuries throughout the course of the season. But of course, we've seen multiple quarterbacks at time throughout the year. This time, due to injury, Jeremiah was unavailable. Enzo Tedesco got the start. Breaking down his performance, there were some highs, there were some lows, couple touchdowns, couple turnovers, but having a tough spot stepping in for a start against the number 2 team in the nation on the road. How would you analyze Enzo's performance?
He did play well. He had a couple of shots that he missed, and just didn't throw the ball far enough. I said, well, you got a deep ball, you got to let it go and let us run under it. He tried to be too perfect, is what I like to say, and try to zip it in there instead of just letting it fly and see if we could outrun the defender to get to the football. But he was a little bit short on a couple, but he was 15 of 22 for 210 or something like that, which is a real good percentage. Our kids didn't have any drops. Joe Young had a pretty good day as far as catches and number of yards. And so, we didn't get the run game piece with the quarterback like we had with Jeremiah, or even with Enzo taking off and running a week ago in the Butler game. It was a deciding play for us. But, they were getting ready for putting 6 men on the line of scrimmage and putting more in the box than we have, so we could not run the football the way we wanted to. Forced us to throw a little bit more, and we had to execute to keep the thing going, and we were able to do that on an occasion. Had a couple big ones that could have really busted their back, but we didn't throw it far enough to get us the home run throws.
Yeah, Coach, something that we've talked about a little bit as the year's gone on is the growth and development of your tight end room into this offense, where we've seen Breck Long get more of a role as the year's gone on. We've seen Jaden Dozier get a role as the year's gone on. They both had big catches in that game against Iowa Western, and as we head into this final week of the season, have tight ends really become, one of the more prominent pass catchers in your offense and how this team functions on the offensive side of the ball?
We've got plays designed for pretty much every area, and everybody runs combination routes, so we have to throw it to who's open. Obviously, we try to find out who's available. So just to say, did we zoom in on the tight end? Yeah, on the one to Dozier, we had a play set up that allowed us to look at him right away. We did try to go to Breck on the same play later, and he just didn't look back soon enough. Joe, we kind of isolated him out on the single receiver side a few times, got him in some quick game stuff and some slant routes off the play action. But we had some other guys, Crenshaw got a couple. Bryce Bonner got a quick game throw. We played a number of guys. But just to say, you can't go into a play and go throw it to so-and-so because you don't know what the heck's going to be lined up on them and how it's going to play out. So you got to have your concepts have got to give you a chance to look and hit the open person based on what happened during the play.
Absolutely. Coach, I know multiple times this season we've talked about this running game improving as the year's gone on, and you've talked about how, the Coffeyville football loves to have a stable of running backs, 3-4 guys that can make an impact, and that's been the case the second half of this season, but a guy that really seems to be getting more and more snaps as the year's gone on and has looked impressive is Xavier Parks. And, of course, we know Amiri Wiggins has done all year long. We know that all of the running backs that see the field for Coffeyville are more than capable running backs. But Xavier's definitely seen the field more as the year's gone on. And what is that? What has he been doing behind the scenes in practice that has earned him that opportunity? And what do you see in his game that you like moving forward?
Just the fact that he's understanding more of what we're doing, going the right way, getting the ball, just learning. As you're sitting back there as a young guy, as a 3 or a 4 to begin with, sometimes you don't get the rep. And so when you are put out there, we expect him to have done the mental rep and go execute the play when we get you a chance. That happens throughout the week before we put him in the game. But he's bought into more. He understands more. He's a very capable and talented player. We like getting him in the game. We like getting Trey Jones in the game. We think Amari's one of the better backs in the league. Osario's been nursing an ankle, so he hadn't got a chance to get out and run as much as what we were expecting. But the other 3 have done a good job for us, and they need to be ready to play a big factor this weekend ball game as well.
Coach, as we begin to look forward to this Garden matchup in your final regular season game, your running defense or your rush defense has been spectacular for a good portion of the season. Your defense as a whole has been very good for a good portion of the season. But Jonathan Humpall and Iowa Western had some success against you. Now, a lot of that is just the talent on their football team, of course. But kind of maybe bouncing back a little bit from a subpar performance for your defense compared to recent weeks. What's been the message in practice this week to get the mindset right for guards?
Well, I think Coach Ober's got a good scheme every week. He's ready to go based on what the other team's shown on film. The Iowa Western coaches, as Coach Dober said, it was a chess match. He was trying to see what I was doing so he could call what he wanted to do, and he got us a and some things that allowed him to get free running space. And, you got a good staff like that can find little loopholes in it. And and they've run the ball much better on a lot of other people. Quarterback never got loose in anything big. The backs got a couple of decent runs, but nothing gigantic. The chess matches that the coaches play amongst each other, from the box down to the coach that's signaling in what they're going to try to do. They stand, make a call while the cadence is going on, if they so choose, and look over and try to get into a better play and get out of a bad play. That probably happened a little bit to where they had a couple guys get loose. Don't think we had a lot of missed tackles. It wasn't like that. It's just a matter of good running back, good O-line, and just being ready for stuff. Because we beat them last year, so they had a few other wrinkles in line, and we just about got him on this road trip this past weekend, but came up a little short.
And Coach, something that, of course, big for this game against Garden, of course, sophomore day being the final regular season game for a lot of players on this team. I'm curious, with the amount of years you've been here in Coffeyville as head football coach, is this a week that you approach any differently? Is there a certain tradition that you use to celebrate the sophomores? How is that wrinkle gonna come into the fold this weekend?
Well, I know it's Military Day on Saturday. Once the ball's kicked, then it's just we're playing football. So all that other stuff's just lead up stuff, and possibly halftime, depending on. I haven't looked at the script on how things are laid out yet, but we talked to the guys about this is going to be your last week to play together before you all end up going different places, and you've all become friends, and you're going to be friends for a long time because you spent so much time together. That's probably more than anything the message I like to sell is go play for your buddy. Go play for the man next to you. You're one snap away. When you do get in there, make the best of it. Go make a play. Go contribute to a successful play, whatever it may need to be a part of a successful day. So, both teams are coming in to this game with unfulfilled expectations. Garden's a prideful program, and as Coffeyville is, and so it's just going to be a matter of who stays tuned in and not getting off kilter with knowing it's the last game. Don't act a fool. Don't do something stupid that's going to get your team put in a bad spot. And so there's still coaches that are going to be looking at kids, and that's what we try to tell ours is go out there and perform for your film, so you get another shot to put some film on to see if somebody will come get you. So that's kind of where we're headed with that approach.
Coach, final thing I have for you. Appreciate your time as always. Like you mentioned, Garden and Coffeyville, some similarities this season, some highs, some lows, but like you said, a little below what we expected from both of these programs. And with that being said, I'm a big believer heading into the last game of a season that, obviously there's momentum carried into the offseason and into the following year. So with that being said, with both of these teams obviously not having the year that they would have liked to have had, what's the key between, I think one of these teams could end up leaving on Saturday with a long off season ahead, and the other one could have maybe a little bit easier of a pill to swallow with a big win in their final game of the regular season. So what's the key to defending home field and getting the win over Garden?
I think you just got to go play. The game's still the same every weekend. Take care of the football. For us, play field position, don't give away the game. And I can tell you we've given away some games this year, and that just adds to the 3-3, 6-6 point losses. But when you get to Saturday, you got to stand on the boundary, and you don't get do-overs. Whatever play happened, and there's a consequence, and there's a result. So we've got to go out and play good football. We got to be aware. We got to tackle. We've got to play catch, in the passing game and run good routes. But probably more than anything, don't get caught up in personal fouls. Don't get caught up in any talking. That doesn't win a game. All that does is get people on edge to where the officials got to step in and they got to become a factor. So we just got to go out and play, and if we don't get a first down, let's punt it. Let's put our defense out there deep in territory that they got to go a long way and wait for a mistake. They're going to do the same to us. See if we make the mistake before they make the mistake. So just got to go out and play good football, whether it's game 1 or game 10.
Great stuff from Coach Jeff Lyer here on the Red Raven Coaches Show as we get ready for the final regular season game against Garden City. Coach, always appreciate the time. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We're going to step away for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll put a bow on this one. Big thanks to GG's for having us all season long. It's the Red Raven Coaches Show on the Mighty 690 KGGO.
It's truck season at Roman Chevrolet. All 2023 Chevy Silverados qualify for 0% interest. No payments for 90 days and $1,000 cash allowance for qualified buyers. We have a great selection of Silverados and 2024 models are showing up daily. Roman Chevrolet will donate $5 to the American Cancer Society for every social media post shared. The goal is to donate $170,000. Test drive a new 2023 Chevy Silverado and check out the huge selection of pre-owned vehicles at Roman Chevrolet, 2313 West Main, Independence, your Silverado City.
Make your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, Brazelton in Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
That's a wrap. No, it's a bowl.
Mighty pinnacle of beefdom, the filet-o-lay steak bowl from Taco Mayo. Welcome to Meat Mountain.
Back here from Veterans Memorial Stadium, I'm Shane Gordon alongside with me, Matt. Very quickly before kickoff, our keys to the game, I got 3 of them. Win in the trenches. Of course, always important to win football games. Use the emotion the right way. A lot of emotion here on sophomore day. Make sure you use it for making plays on the field. Nothing excessive, no bad penalties. That's a key part to this game. And don't miss your shot. Something Coach Lyer said about Enzo Tedesco and this team last week. They missed their big play opportunities against Iowa Western. Today, you're going to get a couple plays where you have a chance to beat them over the top. Don't miss your shot here this afternoon. So we're going to step away for 30 seconds while they get ready for the kickoff. Red Raven football starts now.
Main event. This is Coffeyville Community College Red Raven football. Let's get ready to rumble! Brought to you by Roman Chevrolet, Coffeyville Regional Medical Center, NDB of Coffeyville, Taco Mayo, Derailed Commodity, Yellow Liquor, Windsor Place and Home Care, Coffeyville Community College, Community State Bank, and Medical Lodge.
Y'all ready for this?
Ravens win the toss, elected after the second half. Garden City will get the football first. Garden City in the yellow jerseys with the white trim. Ravens in the red jerseys with the white trim. And Matt, you made a point pregame. It's the annual ketchup mustard bowl.
That's what it looks like. And could Garden not even find helmets that match their yellow jerseys?
I'm not sure.
They're not the same color yellow, and they just don't really look that great.
I don't mean to bash our guests here before we even start kickoff, Matt. But that's a lot of yellow for me.
It's too much highlighter. Yeah.
I don't mind yellow on a jersey, but I don't think yellow should be the primary.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Rams had their color rush jerseys were stark yellow, and it's.
Connor Gallender set to kick, and here we go. One final home game at the Vet in 2023. Kickoff will bounce into the end zone, and Garden will take over at their own 25. And already some shoving after the first play of the game, Matt. I love college football.
I know. I do as well at this level, and I expect some chippiness. There's always some chippiness between these two teams, especially when both teams have kind of had off years, but we'll see how things go tonight.
Well, and something that, we implied but didn't say directly in the pregame show, both these teams have had below standard seasons, and it's a lot easier for a team to go into the offseason ending the year with a win versus ending the season with a loss.
Yes.
First down, shotgun snap here for Garden, looking to throw outside. That's caught, read well by the Ravens, and it might have lost a yard. Tackle was made by Jabari Tiller after the completed pass by number 12, Cody Kirk for the Brockbusters.
I look for a guy like Jabari to have a big game. A sophomore playing in his last JUCO game. been great all season. Yeah, I look for Jabari to have a big game. Coming off the edge, screaming blitzes. He's been great at forcing turnovers, so I think he's going to be a key part of this defense.
And a couple other members of that secondary as well with Cam Pearson and Adrian Patterson. All have had great seasons. Kirk on second down, hands off, and not a whole lot there for the Garden City running game. Might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, but it'll be third down and about 9.5 coming up for the Broncbusters.
Despite the struggles this team has had this season, defense has not been one of those issues. So we know that this is probably going to be a low-scoring game. So setting the tone early is something I like to see from the Red Ravens.
Early third and long for Garden City.
Tiller was showing blitz and kind of made Garden think twice about it. Now they're switching their play up.
Third down and 10. Now switches the running back to Jabari's side. And Jabari now bluffs the blitz. Throw over the middle is going to be caught. Nice throw in between two linebackers, and that was caught by the tight end Alexander Lyons. Right in between the defensive back, or the linebacker Landon Barrett, as well as the linebacker Aiden Dark. And nice throw by Kirk, splitting a pair of defenders.
Yeah, it was a great throw, right? The smallest of windows possible to fit that in, and he went right through it. Good throw.
First down, Garden at the 38-yard line, and outside zone, and getting to the edge, across the 40, 45, and up to about the 48. It'll be a gain of about 10 yards there for the running back Fred Davis, the redshirt sophomore out of Fortson, Georgia.
Looks like he's just shy of the first down marker.
After a couple plays that didn't work out for Garden to start the game, great throw by Kirk, and then nice play by the running back Davis there to get to the edge and pick up about 9.5 yards there. Second down and 1 here for Garden. Back to throw is Kirk, looking for a quick comeback route, and defended nicely by Adrian Patterson. That pass sails incomplete.
Patterson, that was not an accurate throw. He threw it a little bit too far outside, which is what he needed to do because Patterson was stepping in front of that one. He was probably housing that had it been thrown a little bit shade more inside.
And you talked about, Matt, how the defense has really done a nice job being a stability for this team all year, and secondary might be the most stable of that group. Of course, D-line's been great, but having 3 key sophomores in that cornerback room, very important for this team. RPO here on third down, and the pass behind the intended receiver. A little bit of miscommunication there between Kirk and Keon Brown, and looks like Brown ran a little bit of a slant or in route, and I think Kirk expected him to go more outside, and not on the same page there. It'll be fourth down and short.
Here's one of my issues with modern football, and I love throwing the football, but you had first and 1. You pick up 9 yards on first and 10, set you up with second and 1. I don't mind throwing on second and 1, but I would rather see a run on third and 1 and try to pick up that 1 yard. I do like that they're going for it, though.
Fourth and 1, and now they will hand it off, and met right at the line, but fighting his way forward into Raven territory for a gain of about 5 yards there is Davis. And Tiller ended up being the one in on the stop, but that's just, we see that so much with modern college running backs, Matt, that not many of them go down on first contact anymore.
No, a lot of them, despite how big defensive lines are and linebackers and how good they are at tackling, running backs have adapted to move past that. But I'm glad that they went for it on fourth down, just from an offensive play calling perspective, taking 2 throws on short yardage.
First down, guard and lines in motion. It's another handoff, and it's another good first down run of 9 yards there for Garden City.
Coffeyville shutting down the pass, but letting the run get to them a bit. They've got a pretty good run defense. And right now, though, Garden City is just kind of dicing them up a bit.
Second down and 1 yard to go. They're at the Coffeyville 39. Garden's first possession of the afternoon. Lines in motion again. Shotgun snap. Handoff Davis. Davis fighting his way to about the 36. It'll be a gain of 3 and a first down for the Broncbusters. Nice block there from big number 71, Sione Pulu, 6'3", 350. And he definitely stands out on a line that has a lot of big guys. He is the biggest one, Matt.
He's that's the kind of guy you need up the middle trying to slow down a run game. And right now somebody's got to step up on the defensive line, or a linebacker coming free up the middle trying to slow this run game down.
First down. They fake the handoff, this time looking over the middle. And that is going to be complete to the tight end Lines. It'll be a gain of about 11 yards, it looks like, and depending on the spot, should be enough for another first down.
Looks like there's a flag out on the field.
You're correct, and we'll see if that's a hold or if that's a potential late hit on the quarterback.
But on that play right there, we saw how effective the run game is being. They went play action pass that made the linebacker bite just a bit and allowed the opening there for that pass completion.
And I think Lyons is going to have a big day here for Garden, Matt. 6'5", 255, great size, great physical body. Has a wide catch radius. He's a good route runner, and with his experience, definitely appears to be one of the favorite targets of the quarterback, Cody Kirk.
Yeah, a little bit of a mismatch, too, with that much size. They're going to have to...
Number 85, offense.
Looks like it's holding. That's going to back them up. But
pass. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
It's just a 5-yard penalty, though.
It may have been. Well,
because the penalty was on lines.
It was on lines. I heard 85 after I thought it was... after I thought it was holding, so I'm not sure what they ruled there. We could not hear it.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe illegal touching. I didn't see if was he lined up towards the sideline or. Oh, he was covered up on the line.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what
Thank
it was.
you. Sometimes you can hear the officials really well through the heads or through the speakers. Sometimes with our headsets on, you can only make some things out. So appreciate the assist in the booth here.
1st and 15 now at the 41-yard line for the Broncbusters as the officials have a conversation down on the field. Now it looks like we're ready to resume play.
Clock to 10.
So throughout this early drive by Garden, I've been scanning the sideline trying to figure out if I can make a prediction on who the starting quarterback was going to be. Enzo and Oppo both look ready to go, but so does Jeremiah Moore. Moore is fully dressed for this game, so that tells me probably more.
Yeah, we'll absolutely see when Coach Lyer sends out his guys, and that's a nice run. Got the penalty yards back and then some. Call it about 7.5 yards there. And great start tonight great start this afternoon for the running back Fred Davis. He's running the ball hard.
Yeah, they're just feeding him over and over and over again. And right now, I mean, he's looking at 6, 7, 8 yards a pop just about every time he touches the football.
Down to 10:17 to go, first quarter. Garden City on the move at the Red Raven 33-yard line. Second down here and about 7 to go. Kirk outside handoff. Davis gets a block and gets down to about the 30, just a bit inside the 30. That'll set up third down and about 3 for the Broncbusters. And Aiden Dark made the tackle on that play. And Dark, along with Landon Barrett, some of these other linebackers, Matt, didn't have a huge role at the start of the season, but as the year's gone on, they've become very important players to this defense.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. You don't know exactly who's gonna, especially the JUCO level, who's gonna be the guys. But guys start to win out in practice and in games, and next thing you know, you got some talent.
Third down, another handoff. Ravens read that well and nowhere to go for Fred Davis that time. First one in there, number 40, Jamel Fils-Aime for the Red Ravens.
Well, Jabari came off the outside edge, actually slowed down the running back just a bit from behind, and then the line was there to meet him in front for no gain to set up this fourth down. Second of this drive.
Might have given him a loss of 1. It looks like it's going to be fourth down and about 4 here for Garden City, and they, like you said, Matt, will go for it for the second time here on this opening drive, and after burning almost 6 minutes of clock and kind of methodically moving down the field, this would be a huge stop for the Raven defense if they could get it. Fourth down and 4. Kirk in the shotgun, looking outside, now looking back. Inside pressure comes, and he's dropped. And that was the big defensive end, Matt. Jalen Williams, the 6'8 sophomore, making a big play on fourth down.
Had the pressure not gotten there, it wouldn't have mattered. No one was open. Great coverage and good pressure. That was going to be a coverage sack had they not gotten to him that quickly anyway.
And credit to Coach Dobler in that defense. Matt, that's really the best football teams at any level, high school all the way up to the NFL. Your defense got to be able to bend but not break, and the Ravens allowed Garden to march down the field but get the stop when they need it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if you look good on the entire drive. If you can't finish the drive and put up 0 points, that tells the story.
First down snap here for the Ravens. It's a pistol look. Tedesco hands it off on an inside zone and fighting his way forward for about, call it a yard gain. Wrapped up there by Sam Oforie. And that was Amiri Wiggins on the handoff, gain of about a yard.
So Moore must be dressed in an emergency situation. Going to ride with Tedesco. who played really well last week.
And, it's never too early, Matt, to start thinking about next year. Like you said, we might see all three today to see
we could.
Who's emerging as, the early candidate for next year.
The run game is going to be a big part of today's offense, though.
For 2nd down and 9 here for the Ravens. Tedesco sends a man in motion. That's Crenshaw. He gets the fake jet sweep, and it's taken by Tedesco for about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Ravens. Garden City run defense looks strong on the first 2 downs.
That is one thing that they feel a lot more confident about with Enzo than they did when he played against Independence, is his ability to run with his athleticism. He's not as fast as Jeremiah, but still a bigger runner, so still a tough guy to bring down.
3rd down, 7 yards to go here for the Red Ravens from their own 42-yard line. No score halfway through the first quarter. Tedesco in the pistol. Takes the snap. Looking over the middle, trying to buy time. Taking a shot down the field and just over the streaking. Is that Breck Long?
No, it was Baylor Nash.
Baylor Nash.
Yep. South Coffeyville kid.
So the Ravens go 3 and out. And Matt, something that I noticed already on that opening drive, Garden City, we talked about their offensive line having big bodies. Their defensive line the same way. Howard Iongi, 6'1", 305, and Quintarius Lusk, 6'5", 315. There are some big guys on that defensive line.
Yeah, good luck running up the middle. They're going to make sure there's not a lot of room there. You're going to have to use your athleticism, try to get to the outside.
Good hold. Cade Dowd sends it away. His first punt of the afternoon. Takes a Raven bounce inside the 20, and it will sit inside the 10-yard line. Great punt for Cade Dowd to start the day.
What a punt. Punt's so good that he got props from one of the guys that had rushed him from Garden. Maybe they know each other. I'm not really sure, but he got dapped up for his punt. That's how you know. That's how you know you.
That's just a guy. And that's just a guy. That's just a guy that loves football. I mean,
clearly.
The opponent makes a play. It's like, hey, respect.
Clearly.
I'd like to think that I'd be the same way, Matt, but my competitiveness might
I
get the best of me.
already know I'm not the same way. I won't even pretend like I am.
So great punt by Dowd, and the Broncbusters pin back at their own 8-yard line. 7:10 to go first quarter, and both the Ravens and the Broncbusters come up empty on their first drives of the ball game. Shotgun snap here for Garden, and it's a handoff left, and it's a gain of about 3.5 yards there.
Well, despite going 3 and out, Coffeyville still did a great job of flipping field position. That's one thing Coach Lyer wants to keep in control of, is winning the battle of field position.
So 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard run on first down for Garden. And once again, it's a shotgun look. Running back to the right, it's another handoff, and this time the Ravens read it well. Might have gotten a yard, if that, but the Ravens meet him right at the line of scrimmage. And we have seen a heavy dosage of Fred Davis in this first quarter.
Yeah, they are feeding him, and it's worked up until the final possession on that last drive. But early on, Coffeyville controlling it on this drive a little bit better.
3rd down and call it about 7 yards here for Garden City. Pressure off the edge. The throw underneath is complete, but knocked down well short of the first down and finished off, and that was Landon Barrett who met the receiver in the flat. Great play by the Coffeyville linebacker. And Matt, that's one of the sophomores. There's a lot of sophomores on this team that have had solid years, but Landon Barrett out of Tallahassee, Florida, he just gets better and better each week. And I think, in my opinion, he's turned into this team's best linebacker.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, we looked at a couple different guys beginning of the season, but the way he's progressed this year, some would argue maybe one of the better defenders on this team, best defender on this team. I think, Tiller and some of those other corners have the say in that.
Line drive punt, not a great one. Crenshaw takes it about the 46-yard line and slipped. So the Ravens will start in Garden City territory, but not a great punt there, only about 37 yards there for Garden.
It was almost a potentially disastrous punt as it was dropped. You had to pick that off the ground to punt it away. But Coffeyville not bringing enough pressure to get a hand on it despite it being dropped.
Raven offense comes back out. It will once again be Enzo Tedesco at quarterback for the Ravens. He's got Amiri Wiggins in the backfield. And we've got the big 6'5" freshman receiver David Ramos lined up in the slot here for Coffeyville. First down snap. Tedesco sends Breck Long in motion, and this will be a handoff to Wiggins up the middle. Wiggins driving the feet, and he'll push his way forward for about 3 yards. And Matt, I think that's something we could definitely see as the afternoon moves on. Like you said, obviously a lot of big bodies on that guard and D-line. That's going to make it hard to run up the middle. So it might bring a guy like Dozier or Breck Long in motion to kind of put another body there to neutralize that defensive line.
Yeah, that's kind of what you are going to have to do in a matchup like this. You're going to either use your speed to get to around the outside and run away from those guys, or you're going to have to get extra blockers to try to push them out of the way to find a hole.
Second down and 7 here for the Red Ravens. They are at the Garden City 43-yard line. 4:45 to go first quarter. No score here on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Tedesco in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Wiggins, looking on the streak down the left side, to Joseph Young, and a little bit out of reach there. Incomplete, but like the shot, on a second down in good field position. I don't mind the shot there one-on-one, and it was a pretty good throw from Enzo. He overthrew him, but he did put it on that outside shoulder where if it was on target, it would have been where Joseph Young could have pulled it in.
Yeah, you got to make sure you're making those throws where only your receiver can get to him. But great coverage that time by Pollard. Jordan Pollard on the coverage there was step for step. I mean, right attached to the hip to Young.
And Young's got some good speed, so it takes a pretty quick DB to keep up with him. Wiggins in motion, third down here for the Ravens. Pressure shown from the Broncbusters. Tedesco sheds the first sack, flag in the backfield. Tedesco's going down as a swarm of Broncbusters end up in the backfield. And
I think
judging by the flag,
I know where this call is gonna go. I saw was that I think 49 that got taken down there, or maybe it's 40. Bowser who got manhandled by a couple of Red Ravens.
Chacon Bowser, just another big dude on this Garden City defensive line, 6'4", 240.
Are they going to accept this?
Nah, they declined it.
I was going to say, that would be an interesting decision.
Cade Dowd's first punt of the day, a great one, and now we'll see if he can once again pin Garden inside the 10-yard line as we tick down close to about 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter.
So 2 drives, no first downs for Coffeyville so far, but still, because of that good punt and then the 3-and-out they forced on Garden second drive, should still be winning the battlefield position.
See if Dowd can angle this for the Ravens special teams crew. Got it off. Out of reach of the return man and takes a pretty good bounce inside the 10, and he'll land at about the 7-yard line and roll all the way down to about the 5. Cade Dowd having a great start to the day for Coffeyville. Garden City for the second straight possession, buried deep in their own territory.
Coffeyville's punt return team is trying to say that Garden touched it and they recovered. Let's see, who's that down there? That is Parker Stone pleading to the sideline saying, challenge that. They're trying to say that Garden touched it and they recovered, but the officials weren't having any of it. So I think they're going to leave it with Garden, but they are deep in their own territory.
They're at their own 4.
I've never seen a punt bounce negatively for a team
and then a roll back,
bounce again, and then roll positively so much like that punt did.
There was some funky spin on that from Cade Dowd.
A great punt.
Shotgun snap, standing in the end zone is Kirk. He rolls left, looking to set the feet. Pressure coming to his right. Pass is complete up to about the 8-yard line and knocked backwards by number 27 there for the Ravens. That's Kamari Johnson, the freshman out of Memphis.
This is one of the spots on the field where Coach Lyer and this defense likes to try to force a bad decision and turn easy points the other way for the Red Ravens.
Second down and 6 coming up after a 4-yard completion on first down. Nice tackle there by Johnson. Now run outside and getting to the edge and getting to about the 11, 12-yard line there. We'll set up third down and short here for the Brockbusters. Garden has definitely, in this first quarter, emphasized establishing that run game. It'll officially be ruled third down and 2 here for the Brockbusters as we go under 3 to go in this first quarter.
Going running back again here, you got to think.
2:50 to go, first quarter. Garden at their own 12-yard line, facing third down and short. Kirk in the shotgun. He sends lines in motion. Outside handoff. Ravens read it well. Flag in the backfield as he is dropped for a big loss.
Illegal formation or illegal shift.
Jalen Williams once again back there for the Ravens. Got some help from Kamari Johnson as well.
I think they'll.
Is this a pre-snap penalty, Matt?
I don't think it's pre-snap. It's illegal formation.
They did say prior to the snap.
You got to blow that play dead. You got to be quicker than that.
So now we see Griffin Lampton check in for the Ravens here for this third down and longer. He's sending out, obviously, his pass rush group. And a lot of good pass rushers on this team. We saw Jalen Williams with the sack on the first drive, but the most consistent one, without a doubt, has been Griffin Lampton.
Yeah, Lampton and Tiller. I've never seen a corner like Tiller succeed so much in corner blitzing game like he has this season. Almost like he's created his own little hybrid position between like linebacker, safety, corner, where he comes screaming off the edge.
We'll start calling it the Jabari.
Yeah, just the Jabari position. So we'll see. We'll see if this penalty bailed out Garden City.
3rd and 9 now from their own 5-yard line. Shotgun snap. Kirk back to throw. Pressure comes from the Ravens, taking a shot down the left side. And it is a jump ball that is pulled in.
Wow.
What a catch by Jalen Bean, the redshirt freshman out of Dallas.
Great coverage. 2 guys there, but Bean went up and got it. And, yeah, unfortunate for Coffeyville, the penalty ends up going in the favor of Garden City.
So now down to 2:15 to go, first quarter. It's first down Broncbusters, and they hurry up to the line, hand it off, and that's going nowhere. Raven run defense has certainly improved as the quarter's gone on.
Yeah, they were letting the run game get to them early, just being carved up. But now they are shutting it down.
Hayden Dork with the tackle there, another talented freshman linebacker on this team.
But you can't start keying in on the run so much that the passing game starts to get to you.
2nd down and 10 coming up. And, Matt, we talk about how experienced the cornerback room was this year. It might be the linebackers, depending on who's coming back next year, but a lot of good freshman linebackers. That may be the star group on the team next year. Back to throw. Kirk looking on 2nd down. Throws over the middle. That's pulled in as well. It's Bean again. His second nice catch of the drive, and he's got it down to the Raven 41. And the Broncbusters may have found something here with this 6'3" freshman out of Dallas.
2 impressive catches. The first one on this drive was incredible, just going up in between 2 guys and come away with it. But showed right there, strong hands pulling that one in.
First down, Garden City at the Coffeyville 41. Just over a minute to go. First quarter, no score here from the vet. And a handoff up the middle, and once again, not a lot there. Might have gotten 3 yards on the stretch at the end. And that was Phil Zaime with the tackle, his second one of the quarter.
Coffeyville's defense, again, here in a situation where you're trying to not break and allow the first points of this quarter, and just as we wind it down, trying to keep it scoreless.
See the Ravens go to a bit of a dime package here as they bring in Jaden Hamilton at DB. And that run going nowhere again. Fred Davis knocked backwards a couple yards. And that was Lampton as well as Elijah Brown in there for the Ravens.
Incredible run cover, incredible job by the defensive line, because you bring in pass coverage, but then your defensive line does such a good job penetrating that it didn't matter. You had more DBs on the field. You're going to put that one for a loss.
First quarter in the books. Ravens and Broncbusters scoreless at the vet. 3rd down and long coming up for Garden. We're back in 90 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
Any of these, call NDB in Coffeyville and then relax. NDB can protect your assets and save you money. They represent numerous insurance companies so that they can help you find the right insurance at the right price for you. NDB at 812 West 11th in Coffeyville. Call Ben Vietz at 620-251-1970 and relax.
At Coffeyville Regional Medical Center, we take seriously our responsibility of caring for our friends and neighbors. We are your regional healthcare system, caring for Southeast Kansas and Northeast Oklahoma. With comprehensive technology and experienced medical staff, caring medical professionals, and a 24-hour emergency room staffed with emergency medicine physicians, we are people you know and healthcare you trust. For more information, visit our website, crmcinc.org.
When you need to rely on a nursing facility for the care of a loved one, to know that the owner is providing the care. Owner Stephanie Bean with Medical Lodges is proud to supply that tender care in Coffeyville. Skilled nursing services, rehabilitation, adult daycare, and much more are all offered. Visit medicallodges.com or stop by 2921 West 1st in Coffeyville and learn more.
Second quarter here from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Red Ravens and Garden City Bronquesters tied at 0 after one quarter of play. And a big 3rd and 11 coming up here from Garden at the Raven 41. Kirk back to pass. Tiller brings a blitz. Hit him as he threw. It's intercepted. Ravens with the pick. It's Jaden Shepard up to the 42. And Tiller laid a lick on Cody Kirk, who's slow to get up. What a hit from Jabari Tiller.
Tiller, just those blitzes from the corner position, he's been so good at that all year, and just enough pressure to make a bad pass, and the defense there to reward Tiller's effort with the interception and the turnover. Now can the offense reward the defense with points?
And, of course, the great interception by Shepard. But, Matt, out of all the players that could come unblocked on the Coffeyville defense, that might be the worst one if you're Cody Kirk. Jabari Tiller, blindside shot to the back of Kirk.
Tiller only 190, but hits like he's 250.
Tedesco, shotgun snap, and an outside zone handoff here to Trey Jones, who gets the edge. And Jones lowers the shoulder and runs over a defender. As that was the DB Keyshawn Washington, who took a little punishment there at the end of that play from Trey Jones. And Jones, we talked about Xavier Parks with Coach Lyer in the pregame. We know what Amiri Wiggins can do. Trey Jones, just another talented running back in that room.
Yeah, I mean, there's 4 guys that really, are really very, very good in this running back room. We've seen 2 guys in Jones and Parks come on as the season's gone on.
Second down and short here for the Ravens from their own 49-yard line. Tedesco takes the snap, fakes the handoff this time, tries to keep it and slipped and might have lost a yard.
Back to the Tiller play. In soccer, the number 10 is a sacred number. Well, here at Coffeyville, number 1 on defense is a sacred number. Vernon Dasher, Bishop Fitzgerald last year, and Jabari Tiller, it fits in. He is very deserving of wearing that number 1, and he's one of these guys that I'm going to be sad not to see back in a Red Raven uniform next year.
Yeah, we'll have to see who emerges as that number 1 on the defense next year. Landon Barrett, we'll see.
It'd be fun as a backer wearing number 1, that's for sure.
Jaden Shepard's had a couple big interceptions. Maybe it's him. And there's a false start here on 3rd down and short. Excuse me, they did get the timeout off. So Coach Lyer calls timeout. We'll take one as well. We're back in 60 seconds. 3rd down and 4 from the Ravens, just outside midfield. We're back on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network in 60.
2023 Chevy Silverados qualify for 0% interest, no payments for 90 days, and $1,000 cash allowance for qualified buyers. We have a great selection of Silverados, and 2024 models are showing up daily. Roman Chevrolet will donate $5 to the American Cancer Society for every social media post shared. The goal is to donate $170,000. Test drive a new 2023 Chevy Silverado and check out the huge selection of pre-owned vehicles at Roman Chevrolet, 2313 West Main, Independence, your Silverado City.
Your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and
Ravens try handoff on 3rd down here, and that's going to be read well by the Garden City defense. A couple of Garden City defenders in on that one. That was Jones on the handoff, and Coffeyville once again comes up short on the offensive side of the ball. And like you said in the pregame, Matt, this one feels like it is going to be a low-scoring, physical battle, kind of like the game against Butler was.
Yeah, I expected this not because of the weather like we did against Butler, but just because how these two teams have played this season. But Colleyville's offense has got to figure something out.
Cade Dowd has been fantastic today punting the football. This one not quite as good, but it still takes a Red Raven bounce inside the 20. It will sit at about the 15-yard line. That's where Garden City will take over with 12:50 to go in the first half.
Dowd is 3 for 3 with three punts inside the 20.
3 really, and 2 punts inside the 10.
And 2 inside the 10.
He's been
One
really
inside
good.
The 5. He's been incredible. Right now, early favorite for player of the game.
No doubt. Well, I was going to say, I mean, I hope by the end of the fourth quarter the punter's not the player of the game. No offense to Cade, but
he's certainly
unless there's like some
pace.
sort of fake punt and he runs for the game-winning touchdown, then I'm happy to give it to him.
Right.
But hopefully somebody like Jabari Tiller, Jaden Shepard, Enzo Tedesco, somebody comes up with a big play.
Somebody.
Cody Kirk back out there after taking a massive hit from Jabari Tiller, throwing an interception. First down here, looking outside, and it's caught, but immediately hit. Adrian Patterson, the one that comes in there for the Ravens. And this Red Raven secondary is swarming this afternoon, Matt.
Yeah, they are all flying all over the field. They're quick to the ball, and most of the time they're making that first tackle.
Second down and about 6 here after the 4-yard completion. Patterson on the stop. Garden City at their own 20-yard line. Kirk in the shotgun takes the snap. Outside zone handoff and fighting his way through the first tackle. It'll be a gain of about 2. For the Broncbusters, it'll set up third down and medium.
A couple of guys were in there to make initial contact, and Caden Ross coming in there to clean it up defensively to set up a third and medium instead of a third and much shorter.
So the Ravens looking for another third down stop here. Kirk has some time to throw, takes a shot down the field. Receiver is there in stride, and that's going to be a big play touchdown. And it is the receiver that has emerged as the number 1 for Garden City this afternoon. Jalen Bean is off to the races, the 6'5" freshman.
He had multiple steps that time. I knew if that pass was accurate, it was going for 6, and it was a beautiful thrown ball.
So Garden City strikes first here early in the second quarter. Cody Kirk bounces back from the interception and fires a strike to Jalen Bean, and now Garden will go for the extra point here. 2 left-footed kickers here this afternoon, Matt. Kick is up, and it is wide left. So the Garden City Broncbusters find the end zone, but missed the extra point. Garden up 6-0. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
This is Community State Bank at work. This is Community State Bank at work in our community. From kids' activities to school programs to funding home and business loans, every day Community State Bank is at work in our neighborhood. Whether you bank at Community State Bank or not, they're working for you every day. Community State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Mike Avey, and at Community State Bank, we believe in Coffeyville.
If you could use a little help around the house, Windsor Place At-Home Care is the perfect solution for you. Their caregivers are prepared to help you with laundry, meals, housekeeping, shopping, and more. These helpful services are so reasonably priced, you can afford to pay for them yourself. In many cases, long-term care insurance or other sources provide assistance with the cost. Home is where the help.
Crenshaw returns the kick to about the 29-yard line. Flag on the play. We'll see what it is. And
it's going to be holding.
The touchdown catch was by number 9, Isaiah Brevard, as we went back and looked at the tape. 0 and 9 on those yellow jerseys. And they're both 6'4".
6'3", 6'5".
Yeah.
So,
but it was Brevard who got the touchdown on the deep shot for guard.
Shout out to the Red Raven Sports Network for the camera angle on the touchdown to be able to see the jersey cleaner. And
it'll be a hold against Breck Long on the return.
You could call it tackling because that's what he did to the defender there.
Tackling would be a pretty funny penalty. 11:33 to go, first half. 6-0 Garden here from Veterans Memorial Stadium. And we see Dozier coming off the field. It'll be Remington easily coming in for the Ravens at tight end. Maybe getting a bigger body out there for a potential run play. We'll see. Pistol snap and fake the handoff. Now looking for Joseph Young, and that's a nice throw from Tedesco and an even better catch from Young.
Great RPO, and good job by Young going up to get that. Maybe that'll spark the offense. We've had 2 yards of total offense in the first quarter. Now you got to answer if you're Coffeyville, because Garden has struck, and they struck in a big way on a big play.
The Ravens got 17 yards on that play to Joseph Young. Tedesco once again in the gun. First down Ravens at the 33. Breck Long in motion. This time it is a handoff, and that's Xavier Parks. And he got about 4 yards on that carry.
I like these play calls where they're motioning a guy in and using him as an extra blocker up the middle. They seem to be working.
It's almost like a trap style run, yeah.
Decent enough. Trying to add more bodies to help with the big bodies that Garden has up the middle.
Running back's job is never easy. You got to swerve through 5-6 of those 300-pound guys down there. Now they fake the handoff. Tedesco back to throw, taking a shot on a wheel route and just got a piece of it. Great coverage there from the linebacker, Daniel Martin, in coverage there. Just got a fingertip on it and kept it from getting to Trey Jones.
Yeah, not only did he get a fingertip on it, but he also, I think, got a hand in front of Jones, so he couldn't see the ball as well coming in. And it was a good throw by Enzo, but better play by the defense.
So now 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Ravens. 10-12 to go first half. Ravens down 6-0. Tedesco lines up in the shotgun. He's got a running back to his left. Enzo takes the snap, looking for a quick out route to Breck Long. Long turns up the field, makes a man miss, and has a Raven first down to the 47. Great play after the catch by Breck Long. And the former Sedan QB keeps the drive alive for the Ravens.
Yeah, great running by Breck. You kind of saw that vision that he used when he was in high school as a quarterback/running back for Sedan. And picks up a great first down. Part of a deep playoff run by Sedan that season.
Ravens on their own 47, looking for a deep drive here in the second quarter. Tedesco in the gun. Takes the snap, outside zone, handoff, and that's Wiggins trying to get to the outside, but nice job by Garden limiting him to about a yard.
Man, that's tough because they got pressure up the middle and had the speed to close out outside. It's very hard to run against this Garden team right now.
So not a very generous spot by the officials. They'll call it no gain on first down by Wiggins. 2nd down and 10 coming up as we move closer to 9 minutes to go in the first half. Tedesco walks up to the line. He's got Wiggins to his right. Ravens just outside of midfield. Their best drive of the afternoon so far. Enzo Tedesco back to throw, looking for an in route again, and that's going to be pulled in. Nice catch again for the Ravens, and who else but wide receiver 1, Joseph Young.
Red Ravens wide receivers had difficulties with drops early in the season, but 2 great catches by Young on this drive. Drive-saving catches both times.
So the Ravens now move up to the 43 of Garden in opposing territory for the second time today after having a drive start in Garden territory, but this definitely feels like the most promising stretch of the game so far for the Red Raven offense. Tedesco lines up under center here on first down. Garden showing pressure on the near side. And it's going to be a stretch left to Wiggins. It's a fake stretch left to Wiggins. Now Tedesco sets the feet, fires, and that's going to be pulled in by Breck Long.
Whoa. I thought that was picked off.
I almost did too, as that was Daniel Martin that was right there again, the linebacker, and I thought he was going to be able to pull that in, but it was Breck Long who ends up being the one with it, and a nice play for the Ravens. They're inside the 35.
It helps to have big wide receivers, guys like Breck Long, and Breck, I think, maybe had to muscle that one away from the defender, and he did. Great job.
So the Ravens have moved all the way down to the Bronkbuster 33, 7:37 to go first half. Tedesco in the shotgun, takes the snap, and fakes the handoff again, floating over the middle for Young, and a lot of contact there, and no flag, incomplete. Joseph Young thought he was held for sure.
Yeah, another one of those quick RPO kind of plays that Tedesco decides to throw, and just out of the reach of Young, who is saying, hey, I could have got to that had I not been grabbed.
Well, and it's also on those RPO plays, you have to keep in mind that the first 5-yard rule, where a lot of that contact might have occurred before he was 5 yards down the field. Second down for the Ravens at the 33-yard line. And the snap to Tedesco. And handoff Wiggins, and nothing there for the Red Ravens. It'll set up third down and long as Gordon looks to do what the Ravens did to start the game and bend but not break.
Coffeyville trying to, we talk a lot about using the run to set up the pass. Coffeyville trying to do the inverse of that and use the passing game to set up the run, throwing the ball a lot on this drive to much success, hoping that they could set up the run there on second down, but Garden not having any of it.
Under 7 to go in the first half. Ravens have a third down and long here from the Garden 34. Shotgun snap to Enzo Tedesco. Back to throw. Enzo tries to set the feet, looking up the seam, and that's going to be intercepted, overthrown, and picked off. Garden gets the stop, and they will return the INT to about the 32-yard line. And that's number 4, Keyshawn Washington, who a couple plays ago on this drive got steamrolled by Trey Jones, but there he makes up for it in a big way.
Yeah, big interception, bigger return, really helping the field position out there. If I've been able to make a tackle on the interception, it would have been not too bad of an interception, but the return makes it not feel nearly as good.
So Garden starts at their own 33-yard line after the stop, leading 6-0 with 6:42 to go in the first half. And high snap, and Kirk has trouble with it, and it looks like the running back able to fall on it for Garden. Very close play there to being a turnover for the Ravens, but Garden does a nice job of falling on it. That'll be a loss of about 2 on first down. $6:15 to go here, first half. Garden City football, 2nd and 12 from their own 31. Kirk in the shotgun, running back to his right. Takes the snap, back to throw. Kirk sets the feet, has a lot of time to throw, now looking outside and overthrew the running back, Fred Davis, incomplete. And so now third down and long coming up for Garden, and a chance for the Ravens to get a key stop following the Enzo Tedesco interception. Ravens have their pass rush defensive line in there with Caden Ross and Griffin Lampton, as well as Jamani Johnson. Third down and 12. Flags come in, and that'll be a false start. So back up Garden even more. It'll be third down and 17 following the false start penalty. And with 6:02 to go, Garden now backed up to their own 26-yard line. Raven defense needing a stop here as we move into the later stages of the second quarter. Garden City 6, Coffeyville nothing. Back to throw, rolling right is Kirk. Kirk throw on the run is caught, but it will not go anywhere. Ravens read it well, might have lost a yard or two, and Garden City will be backed up and forced to punt following the turnover. So 4th down and 18 here for Garden City, and they will punt it away with under 5.5 to go here in this second quarter. What could be the final drive of the first half for the Red Raven offense. Coffeyville does get the ball to start the second half. Back to punt, line drive, low line drive, and Crenshaw got a hand on it, pulled it in, and he will be tackled. As coming up with the ball there was Anthony Ledford, but I believe it was after Crenshaw had hit the ground, and that is the case. .5:15 to go, first half. Ravens will start at their own 38-yard line. Following the punt. Tedesco in the shotgun. Running back to his left here as the Ravens start their 4th drive of the afternoon. And Enzo Tedesco with a keeper has the most running room he's had all day and turns it into a nice little 5-yard run. So Enzo Tedesco with a little 5-yard run on first down for the Ravens to get the drive started in a positive way. Now 2nd and 5 coming up for Coffeyville. Clock continues to move. We're down to 4:41 to go here in the second quarter. Tedesco in the shotgun. Ravens at their own 43, 2nd down and 5. Fake the handoff, and Crenshaw on the RPO breaks a tackle and gets within about a yard of the first down, gain of 4.
Ran into his own guy there. Kind of slowed him down a bit, but still was able to make it 3rd and short.
We'll see what the Ravens do here on 3rd and 1. Garden City run defense has been very good so far today, and now on a down where I'm sure Garden City expecting the Ravens to run. We'll see if they can deliver. So we see number 36 for Coffeyville, Chris Beard, check in, potentially to be an extra fullback. And now Enzo Tedesco takes a timeout. We'll take it with him. 3rd down and 2 for the Ravens. 3:54 to go first half. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
College, you can be you. We can make you workforce ready at one of our technical campuses, be a student athlete, join an honors program or an activity, have a voice with student government, and be involved with student life events. Our school believes in our red and white traditions, providing you with a quality education and preparing you for the next journey in life. Once you experience our campus, you know you've made the right choice. Let us help you make our story your story and become Raven proud.
Taco Mayo's new Filet Olé Steak Bowl is piled high with filet mignon. It's filet mignon. A heaping bowl loaded with refried beans, Mexicali rice, cheddar jack sour cream, and tender filet mignon. It's filet mignon. Filet mignon. Filet mignon. Filet mignon. Filet mignon. Savor the juicy Filet Olé Steak Bowl stacked with filet mignon and only from Taco Mayo.
3rd down and 2 here for the Red Ravens. Enzo Tedesco under center. The Ravens at their own 46-yard line with 3:54 to go first half. Fake the toss play. Enzo looking for a pass, and it's there. Breck Long with a big play inside the 35, inside the 30, all the way down to about the 20-yard line, and a great play call by the Ravens there on 3rd down and short, and a big play for Breck Long.
Big play call. Great job with the misdirection. Good job by Enzo faking it. Breck Long did a great job looking like he was just going to block, gets off his block, catches the pass, and then turns it into a huge gain.
So big first half for Breck Long. Couple nice catches in the passing game for the freshman tight end. And the Ravens now at the 20-yard line looking to capitalize. They do get the ball to start the second half, so scoring a touchdown here would be very big for the course of this game.
Any points here would be big with the way I think this game is going to go.
3:15 to go first half. Ravens down to 1 timeout remaining. Tedesco in the shotgun, takes the snap, Fakes the handoff, now throws outside to Joseph Young. Young breaks a tackle inside the 5, lowers the shoulder, and touchdown, Coffeyville. Enzo Tedesco did a nice job faking the run, and Joseph Young did the rest. The Raven receivers have been dynamite after the catch today.
I feel like each time we watch Enzo play, we learn something else that he's really good at. We didn't know he could run the football until the Butler game or the Kansas Wesleyan game. I didn't know he was so good at play action until this game, but he has had some impressive fakes, that time leading to a touchdown.
And as good as Jeremiah Moore was has been in his time starting this season, Matt, I mean, the way that Enzo's played the last 3 games, that starting quarterback job is by no means decided on as we head into 2024. We could have a very interesting summer between Tedesco and Moore for who's QB1 next season if they both return.
Yeah, my hopes is that they do both return.
Ravens lead at 7-6. Joseph Young finds the end zone. Coffeyville finds the lead with 3 minutes left in the first half. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
Any of these, call NDB in Coffeyville and then relax. NDB can protect your assets and save you money. They represent numerous insurance companies so that they can help you find the right insurance at the right price for you. NDB at 812 West 11th in Coffeyville. Call Ben Vietz at 620-251-1970 and relax.
When you choose Coffeyville Regional Medical Center, our dedicated team of surgeons, anesthesia, nurses, and other medical professionals are focused on you and your health. Our board-certified general surgeons provide expert surgical care close to home. From a routine colonoscopy to a life-saving mastectomy, the general surgeons at CRMC are equipped to handle many types of surgical procedures. For more information, call CRMC Medical Group at 620-252.
Red Ravens lead at 7-6. 3 minutes to go, first half. I'm Shane Neal, Matt Jordan alongside with me as Connor Gellender runs up to kick it off. And it's a low kick. Takes a bounce and taking about the 16-yard line. It allows the Red Raven return team or kicker team to get down there and tackle at about the 27-yard line. But Matt, Ravens find the end zone for the first time, and it was the story of that drive was receivers after the catch. Breck Long, couple big plays after the catch, and it ended with Joseph Young making a short reception, breaking a tackle, and getting to the pylon.
Is that the best the passing game has looked on one drive this whole season?
I have to think so.
The run game has been great in a lot of situations. There's been some great throws. I think of the Jeremiah Moore touchdown in the Butler game, but he did a lot of that with his legs.
Yeah.
That might have been the best passing drive we've seen this team have this year.
I think you're right, and credit to Enzo Tedesco, as we said last week with Iowa Western and the game against Butler, just seems to find something to improve upon every single week, and he's turned himself into a quality quarterback here late in the season. Fake the handoff here. Kirk on first down took a hit from Lampton, got the ball out, and it'll be a gain of about 2 yards before being slammed into the turf by Aiden Dark.
Both these quarterbacks have responded with touchdown drives the next drive after throwing interceptions.
Yeah, and absolutely. And with the Ravens now leading at 7-6 and getting the ball to start the second half, if you're guarding, you got some pressure on you now to get at least 3 points here heading into the locker room.
Yeah, you'd like to take this lead back heading into the locker room with Coffeyville getting the ball back.
Second down and 8, handoff up the middle, and not a whole lot there. It'll be third down and about 8 to go, and we'll see how aggressive Coach Lyer is with his final timeout. 2:05 to go.
Well, with the way that passing game went the last drive, I mean, certainly you stopped them here, you take a timeout, and you feel good about maybe trying to get in field goal range before halftime, despite the wind being in your face.
Nowhere near as bad as the Butler game, though.
And Garden probably senses that is taking their time here.
Minute 45 left in the first half. 3rd and 8 here for the Bronxbusters. Kirk back to throw, and throws it right to a Raven. Returning it for Coffeyville inside the 20 is Martavian Johnson. It's the second first half pick for the Red Ravens secondary.
It looked like it was a design pass play to Johnson.
He was open.
He was the intended receiver. And it was almost like he caught it and paused, like hesitated, like he was unsure what had just happened.
And I hope Coach Wood and the Red Raven track team were paying attention there, because after that interception, Martavian booked it off the field. That looks like a Red Raven sprinter if I've ever seen one. But great defense by the Ravens and a big opportunity now, not just to get 3, Matt. Now they've got 90 seconds and a timeout to try and get their second touchdown of the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you got time isn't even a factor here. You can run the ball if you want. You can try to, make something happen. Not worried about time despite just the one timeout.
One last chance to make a play for your buddies, and Martavian Johnson and Jaden Shepard have answered the call here in the first half. Tedesco in the shotgun. Back to throw, pressure comes, taking a shot to the outside for Dozier and just missed him. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty accurate pass. That hit the pylon.
Yeah, I thought he was going to bring it in. It was just too far in front of Dozier. By the way, we have 2 timeouts. I don't know why I trusted you.
I think it says 2 on the scoreboard, but they called 1 before the penalty in the first quarter.
I do
and then they called 1 earlier in the second. So I think it's 1 timeout.
I just remember the 1.
Unless Garden called a timeout.
We're being told by the stats guys it's 2.
Then they must have had a missed timeout. Oh, it was official timeout. See, I don't get told that. I just get told timeout.
That's fair.
And a fake handoff here. Tedesco on the run. Gets it to Wiggins. Wiggins inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 2. And third down coming up for the Ravens with 1:25 left in the first half. Now if you're Garden, obviously, your number 1 mission, if you can't get a turnover, is to hold them to 3.
I was going to say, you feel pretty good about this if you're Garden, just giving up 3 points despite setting them up inside the red zone.
Third down and 8 coming up from the 16-yard line. Breck Long behind Enzo Tedesco and Amiri Wiggins, the running back.
Okay.
2 wide receivers out wide for Coffeyville. Tedesco under center, and it looks like we had
false start.
A Raven jump. And that'll be against Jaden Dozier. Dozier, the 6'5 sophomore out of Orange City, Florida. Nearly had the touchdown on first down, just out of his reach, and they're on third down. A little bit too excited. So third down and 13 here for the Ravens, and now a timeout taken by the Broncbusters. We'll take it with them. 60 seconds. We'll be right back. Ravens up 7-6, trying to punch it in for their second touchdown. We're back in a minute on US 98 and the Red Ravens.
Silverados qualify for 0% interest, no payments for 90 days, and $1,000 cash allowance for qualified buyers. We have a great selection of Silverados, and 2024 models are showing up daily. Roman Chevrolet will donate $5 to the American Cancer Society for every social media post shared. The goal is to donate $170,000. Test drive a new 2023 Chevy Silverado and check out the huge selection of pre-owned vehicles at Roman Chevrolet, 2313 West Main, Independence, your Silverado city.
When you need to rely on a nursing facility for the care of a loved one, wouldn't it be comforting to know that the owner is providing the care? Owner Stephanie Bean with Medical Lodges is proud to supply that tender care in Coffeyville. Skilled nursing services, rehabilitation, adult daycare, and much more are all offered. Visit medicallodges.com or stop by 2921 West 1st in Coffeyville and learn more.
Third down and 13 here for the Ravens from the Garden City 21. 1:25 to go first half. I'm Shane Neal, Matt Jordan alongside with me. Ravens lead at 7-6 late in this second quarter. Tedesco takes the snap, rolling left, looking to set the feet. Tedesco does set the feet, fires back across the middle, and that's going to be picked off. And returned across the 20 to about the 25-yard line, and that's a huge win for Garden. And now each quarterback has 2 first-half interceptions.
We'll see, first time both these quarterbacks threw interceptions. They led touchdown drives on the following drive. We'll see if both of them can answer now. But that one's tough by Tedesco because you had at least 3 points.
Interception was made by Cameron Upshaw Jr. Garden will start at their own 26-yard line. Minute 13 left in this first half. Garden down by 1. Have the football back after an interception, taking a shot deep on the first play after the pick and through the hands of Adrian Patterson. As Patterson put his hands up to his head thinking he could have had pick number 3 for the Raven defense in the first half.
You know, I like the play calling decisions by Coach Minnick and his staff. Both times that his quarterback has thrown an interception, he comes out and takes a shot on the very next play. That instills a lot of confidence in your quarterback.
Rolling left here on second down is Kirk, and that pass complete up to about the 36 should be a first down. That's Jalen Bean with the catch. Bean's had a nice first half.
Kirk has shown a lot of strength too, because that man has taken some shots in this game.
They do mark him short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1 with 1:01 to go in the second quarter. Jayhawks all the way down to the Texas Tech 26 as they drive on their last possession of the game. Kirk throw to the outside and off the hands of the receiver, incomplete. Now 4th and 1. How aggressive are you if you're Garden from the 35-yard line?
That's tough. That's tough because if you don't get this in Coffeyville,
but your defense has been pretty good.
You're putting them right back in field goal range despite the turnover. A punt basically says no points for either team, and Garden wants to talk about it. A punt says no points for either team, I think, in the first half.
Timeout, Garden City. Big decision to make for Coach Minnick. 4th and 1 with 56 seconds left. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
Join an honors program or an activity, have a voice with student government, and be involved with student life events. Our school believes in our red and white traditions, providing you with a quality education and preparing you for the next journey in life. Once you experience our campus, you know.
Garden City converts on 4th and 1 with an outside handoff that gains about 3 yards. I'm Shea Neal, Matt Jordan alongside with me. Garden looking to obviously take the lead here late in the first half. Kirk back to throw, rolling right. Has some time and fires on the run, and Tiller with a nice play to break that up. Jabari Tiller. I'm sure Cody Kirk has a very clear idea of where number 1 in red is on the field at all times now after taking that hit.
You got to be too when you're the quarterback, because he'll come at you on the blitz. He'll pick you off. He's all over the place.
Kirk back to throw, now steps up, has some time, and takes off and shoved out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Short gain there.
That was impressive by Tiller that time. Tiller was in coverage, but still watching the quarterback scramble there, and Kirk was looking for the receiver that Tiller was on, but Tiller was able to stay with the receiver while also preventing Kirk from just taking off with it.
3rd down and 7. It's a draw play, and it's read well by the Ravens. It'll be a loss of a yard, and I think at this point Coffeyville's just happy to take the lead into the locker room. Matt Jordan, we thought that KU was going to tie up the game, but a big 3rd down penalty against Texas Tech, and now KU's at the 3-yard line with 3rd and goal, trying to win that game with a 3rd-string quarterback. Garden will let as much time as they can tick off. This might see if Coach Liker finally calls a timeout, and he does with 11 seconds left. Let's take one final 60-second break here in the first half. We'll be right back. Ravens getting the ball with 1 play left here in the second quarter. 7-6. We'll be back at 60 on US 98. The Red Raven.
Around the house, miles, Windsor Place at-home care is the perfect solution for you. Their caregivers are prepared to help you with laundry, meals, housekeeping, shopping, and more. These helpful services are so reasonably priced, you can afford to pay for them yourself. In many cases, long-term care insurance or other sources provide assistance with the cost. Home is where the help is. Call Windsor Place at-home care, 800-982-1866.
Make your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, Brazelton in Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
9 here. Red Ravens will be getting the punt. 11 seconds left in the half, and actually Garden City sends out their quarterback.
This is interesting.
We'll see what they're... Coach Liker called a timeout. Now they're going to hand it off and not get it. So the Ravens have 5 seconds from about the Garden City 44.
So I guess you worry about a blocked punt. But at the same time, the punt probably takes maybe all 11 seconds. And Tedesco has a good enough arm. I mean, he can certainly get it to the end zone from the 50-yard line.
And it's even less than that. It's the 45-yard line.
Well, but he's probably going to be standing at about the 50 when he lets go. That's what I was.
I see what you were implying.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So the Ravens come out. We see the big body receivers out there, Matt. We see Bryce Bonner, Breck Long, Baylor Nash. And we see a line of about 4 Garden City defenders at the 30 and 2 more deep safeties at the 15. Tedesco back to throw. Pressure comes. Tedesco is popped. Ball came out. Enzo falls on it, but that's how the first half ends. It's Daniel Martin who had the sack, and Martin's played great in the first half for the Garden City defense. Halftime here at the Vet. Ravens 7, Garden City 6. Let's step away for 3 minutes. When we come back, the Red Raven Halftime Show presented by Community State Bank. We'll break down the first half and get you scores around the conference and around the country. The Red Raven Halftime Show starts in 3 minutes on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
A heaping bowl filled with Mexican favorites and literally erupting with filet mignon. The Filet-O-Lay Steak Bowl can be yours if you make it past Chuck Steak Canyon and the deadly sirloin abyss. Filet mignon beckons, my friend, on the meaty, mighty pinnacle of beefdom. The Filet-O-Lay Steak Bowl from Taco Mayo. Welcome to Meat Mountain.
Got a car? Maybe a motorcycle or even a boat? Do you rent or own your own home? If you have any of these, call NDB in Coffeyville and then relax. NDB can protect your assets and save you money. They represent numerous insurance companies so that they can help you find the right insurance at the right price for you. NDB at 812 West 11th in Coffeyville. Call Ben Vietz at 620-251-1970 and relax.
When you choose Coffeyville Regional Medical Center, our dedicated team of surgeons, anesthesia, nurses, and other medical professionals are focused on you and your health. Our board-certified general surgeons provide expert surgical care close to home. From a routine colonoscopy to a life-saving mastectomy, the general surgeons at CRMC are equipped to handle many types of surgical procedures. For more information, call CRMC Medical Group at 620-252-1639.
It's truck season at Roman Chevrolet. All 2023 Chevy Silverados qualify for 0% interest, no payments for 90 days, and $1,000 cash allowance for qualified buyers. We have a great selection of Silverados, and 2024 models are showing up daily. Roman Chevrolet will donate $5 to the American Cancer Society for every social media post shared. The goal is to donate $170,000. Test drive a new 2023 Chevy Silverado and check out the huge selection of pre-owned vehicles at Roman Chevrolet, 2313 West Main, Independence, your Silverado City.
When you need to rely on a nursing facility for the care of a loved one, wouldn't it be comforting to know that the owner is providing the care? Owner Stephanie Bean with Medical Lodges is proud to supply that tender care in Coffeyville. Skilled nursing services, rehabilitation, adult daycare, and much more are all offered. Visit medicallodges.com or stop by 2921 West 1st in Coffeyville and learn more. Medical Lodges Coffeyville, where they serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
Ralph, did you deposit that check?
Yes, Donna. I used Community State Bank's mobile deposit.
Mobile deposit? I thought only those big out-of-town banks had that fancy stuff. Are you sure you did it right?
Yes, Donna. I received an alert from Community State Bank telling me it was deposited.
Alert! What did you do now?
No, Donna. It was an alert I signed up for, letting me know when a deposit is made. I also signed up for a low balance alert on our account and when our home loan payment is posted.
Wow, that's some pretty fancy stuff from Community State Bank.
Yes, Donna, pretty fancy stuff, but I can still walk right through the door or I can call and talk to a real banker when I want to.
You're so smart for banking at Community State Bank, Ralph. I love you.
Make your life easier with mobile banking from Community State Bank. Member FDIC.
I love you too, Donna.
State Bank and 7-6 Ravens at the break. I'm Shane Neal, Matt Jordan alongside with me. Matt, we almost had a big problem as we started the halftime show. We decided to eat some airheads before we came back on the air, and I almost didn't get mine chewed in time. That would have been bad.
You were hustling there. It was pretty impressive, chew to come back and break time.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's when I wake up in the morning. That's my goal every day.
Right.
But like I said, 7-6 at the break. Let's go over the first half stats. And Ravens got 6 first downs. Garden got 7. Garden has passed for 160 yards. Raven for 106. Both running games have really struggled in the first half. Garden 22 carries, 52 yards. Ravens 12 carries for 12 yards here today. But offenses, Garden's got 212 yards of total offense, but a couple turnovers and so far a couple of big stops for the Ravens in plus territory. And, obviously all that yardage of offense doesn't mean anything. They're still down 1 in the scoreboard.
Yeah, they have 160 yards passing. 77 of that came on one play. 61 of it has come on 3 catches by Jalen Bean. So outside of really a couple of big plays, Coffeyville's doing a good job against the pass. The run game started well for Fred Davis, but Coffeyville has adjusted well to that. The offense did not start well for Coffeyville, but has started to figure things out a bit, but then Tedesco made a couple of mistakes with those 2 interceptions, but they do have the lead 7-6.
Matt, you said it. Fred Davis, 18 carries in that first half, along with 2 catches as well. So he's gotten 20 touches in the first half of play.
That's a good game.
I was going to say, that's Christian McCaffrey-type numbers here from the Garden City sophomore running back. But Ravens have done a nice job, and a big part of that, Matt, is Cade Dowd. 3 punts in the first half, 45 yards a kick. All 3 have landed inside the 20, 2 inside the 10. His long 56 yards. And a half that, the Raven defense has played well, and Joseph Young had a great touchdown catch. I think Cade Dowd's been the MVP so far.
Yeah, Dowd has had some great punts in this game. The interception has been nice. The defense has played well. You had the touchdown by Joseph Long. You've had some big catches by Joseph Young and some big catches by Breck Long. Tedesco has played okay. He's not played great, but he's played okay. Good enough to give Coffeyville the lead. But, halftime player of the game would be really tough to give out because several guys have contributed. So we'll see where we're at by the end of the game.
Red Ravens, like you said, Enzo Tedesco, 8 of 15, 106, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions in that first half. But like you said, Matt, Breck Long, Joseph Young have been the 2 that really have done the damage. 3 catches, 53 yards for Breck, 3 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown for Joseph Young. And he made a great play to get in the end zone. It was a short little 3-4 yard throw. He broke a tackle, got to the edge, and hit the pylon just before he got hit out of bounds. So Breck Long and Joseph Young not just doing a great job getting open, but doing a great job after the catch, and they've contributed a large percentage of Enzo's 100 yards passing.
Yeah, I mean, it's really been the rack that has been so good, that those yards after the catch, the yak that has been really good with those yards after the catch. So we'll see how the second half goes, what the momentum's like for Coffeyville, but I don't think they're going to win this game only running for. Let's see,
12 yards.
12 yards rushing, yeah. They're not going to run for 12 yards and win this game.
No, they are not. But I think, the way the defense has played is definitely a big help for how they've played so far. 6 tackles for Landon Barrett. We talked about him in the first half, Matt. I think he's gone from a guy that was a rotational piece at the beginning of the year to maybe being this team's strongest linebacker here at the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, Barrett's been fantastic. I mean, we knew this was a talented linebacking crew, a experienced defensive back crew, and Barrett has been one of the surprises to fit right in with those guys.
Jabari Tiller has 6 tackles in the first half as well, including a massive hit on Cody Kirk that forced the first interception of the game. Caden Ross with 6 tackles as well. Anytime a defensive tackle has 6 tackles, that means 2 things. That means, 1, he's a really good football player, and 2, the other team's running the ball a lot.
Yeah.
If a DT has 6 tackles.
And he's been doing a good job. He's been a big part of that clamps on the running game in this latter part of that first half.
And Aiden Dark with 5 tackles as well, just another talented freshman linebacker on this team. 2 interceptions in the first half for the Ravens, one by Jabari Shepard, and Jaden Shepard, and the other one by Martavian Johnson as well. Ravens did a nice job of making some big plays on the defensive side of the ball when they needed it the most. They lead it 7-6 at the break. Red Raven Halftime Show presented by Community State Bank. We're going to step away for 3 minutes. When we come back, some scores around the Jayhawk. Lady Ravens in action right after us here today, so plenty more to talk about. We're back in 3 on the Red Raven Halftime Show on US 98, the Red Raven Sports Network.
Be a student athlete, join an honors program or an activity, have a voice with student government, and be involved with student life events. Our school believes in our red and white traditions, providing you with a quality education and preparing you for the next journey in life. Once you experience our campus, you know you've made the right choice. Let us help you make our story your story and become Raven proud.
If you could use a little help around the house, Windsor Place At-Home Care is the perfect solution for you. Their caregivers are prepared to help you with laundry, meals, housekeeping, shopping, and more. These helpful services are so reasonably priced, you can afford to pay for them yourself. In many cases, long-term care insurance or other sources provide assistance with the cost. Home is where the help is. Call Windsor Place At-Home Care, 800-982-1866.
Make your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, Brazelton in Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
Taco Mayo's new Filet Olé Steak Bowl is piled high with filet mignon. It's filet mignon. A heaping bowl loaded with refried beans, Mexicali rice, cheddar jack sour cream, and tender filet mignon. It's filet mignon. Filet mignon. Filet mignon. Filet mignon. Filet mignon. Savor the juicy Filet Olé Steak Bowl stacked with filet mignon and only from Taco Mayo. That's a wrap. No, that's a bowl.
Got a car? Maybe a motorcycle or even a boat? Do you rent or own your own home? If you have any of these, call NDB in Coffeyville and then relax. NDB can protect your assets and save you money. They represent numerous insurance companies so that they can help you find the right insurance at the right price for you. NDB at 812 West 11th in Coffeyville. Call Ben Vietz at 620-251-1970 and relax.
At Sierra RMC Medical Group, our primary care physicians and providers focus on ways to keep you and your family in good health, as well as care for them when they're not. Our family medicine and women's health physicians are accepting new patients. We have convenient office locations in Coffeyville and Independence with extended and Saturday hours in Coffeyville. If you need a physician or need to make an appointment, please call 620-688-6566. That's 620-688-6566.
Red Raven halftime show presented by our friends at Community State Bank. I'm Shane Neal. Ravens lead at 7-6 at the half over the Garden City Broncbusters. Let's get you some scores from around the Jayhawk and around the nation in terms of college sports. And we get it started with the Kansas Jayhawks, who, Matt, come up a little bit short against Texas Tech today. Jason Bean was knocked out of that game, and Texas Tech wins it with a field goal at the buzzer, if you will, and gets a 16-13 win in Lawrence, knocking KU's chances of the Big Ten title probably out of reach.
Yes, and it's funny you use a basketball term with at the buzzer, because that's where the minds of all KU football fans have shifted. It's now basketball season, as they're one of the best teams in the country when it comes to the court. But in football, high expectations, living up to them.
Yeah.
But, man, they can't keep their quarterbacks healthy.
No, they cannot. You know, I mean, I can't believe we're sitting here talking about a 7-3 Kansas Jayhawks football team, but that's where we're at. And, you know, like you said, if Bean and Daniels don't go down with injuries, this team could be 9-1 right now. And bright stuff in the future. I mean, Lance Leipold's done, we've said this before, Matt, Lance Leipold's done an incredible job in Lawrence.
Yeah, he's done a great job. And, I mean, that team, I think he's got them set to be one of the better teams in the Big 12. The Big 12, when you look at it, what it's going to look like in the future, OU, Texas leave, you're going to add Colorado with Dion. As long as Dion's there, they're going to be a polarizing team. You add Utah, who has been great under Whittingham. Then you have KU, Oklahoma State, K-State, who is going to be the top of the new Big 12.
Right.
And KU, at the moment, does have a little say to say, hey, we belong up there as well.
No doubt about it. K-State tied 7-7 with the Baylor Bears in the first quarter of that game. Will Howard threw a 18-yard touchdown pass to DJ Giddens. Baylor answered with a score themselves, but K-State, on the move again into Baylor territory. And Matt, Baylor's had a tough year to this point, and it being in Manhattan, and of course K-State still having their Big 12 title hopes alive, I would expect K-State to win that game today.
Yeah, I expect K-State to win that game as well. K-State needs some things to happen. They're big fans of UCF, Houston, and BYU for the last 3 games. That's who Oklahoma State has left on their schedule, or whoever Texas is playing, because some things need to happen around them for them to make the Big 12, but the aspiration is still there.
Absolutely. Other scores around the Big 12 here today. We don't have any other games in action. KU and K-State were the first 2, but later on today we'll see UCF and Oklahoma State just about to kick off. Oklahoma and West Virginia a little bit later tonight. Cincinnati and Houston later tonight. Texas and TCU. And Iowa State and BYU. Some other scores around the top 25 in college football today. Alabama all over Kentucky, 49-21. Colorado up 7 on Arizona. Michigan beats Penn State 24-15, setting up what we expected, an undefeated Ohio State-Michigan battle here in a couple weeks, which I think is what most people expected. Same old story with Penn State, man. They might be the best team in the country that's guaranteed 2 losses, because they can't beat Ohio State and they can't beat Michigan.
No, and they're probably wishing the conference realignment would put them somewhere else where they don't have to face Michigan and Ohio State every year, but James Franklin made some questionable decisions in this game, and it cost them.
I don't know what the Big Ten was thinking when they made the East and West divisions, because you've got Ohio State, Michigan State, and Penn State all on the East, and then the West is Iowa, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, and it's like that does not feel balanced at all.
It isn't. It isn't at all. It shouldn't be that way. Because it allows for some weird things to happen, and generally you've seen what we've seen, like a 7-5 team going up an undefeated team.
Yeah.
For the Big Ten championship.
It's impossible to have an Ohio State-Michigan Big Ten championship game, and that shouldn't be the case.
No, I agree with you there.
Tulane beats Tulsa 24-22, and later on today, a couple other good games today. Tennessee and Missouri, big game for the Tigers at home here today. And then Utah and Washington. That should be a fun game as well. Like you said, Matt, Coach Whittingham gets the Utah football team always ready to play, and Washington just a couple wins away from potentially going to the college football playoff and have a chance to get win number 10 of the season at home today.
Yeah, college football has been incredibly fun this year. I feel like there's been a lot of parity, and so you got some great games. I feel like there's 10 great games every week to choose from, and I don't think I'm not an opponent of conference realignment. I think that is just going to continue to help with how many entertaining games we'll have any given week.
I agree. Ole Miss and Georgia also square off today in Athens. Some scores around the Jayhawk Conference here today. Independence up 7-3 on Dodge City at the end of the first quarter. Halftime in Hutchinson, Iowa Western 21 and the Blue Dragons 14. Of course, Matt, that's the two unbeaten top two teams in the nation. I think we both expected Hutch to win that game. They still can, of course, but Iowa Western with the touchdown lead at the half.
Well, I didn't expect it to be combined 35 points in the first half. Both those teams, great offenses, but better defenses. I thought maybe it'd be a little bit closer, and I'm really surprised it's Iowa Western on top. And you said 21-14. It was 21-7 right before the half, and Hutch was able to score before halftime.
And Butler up 19-0 on Ellsworth here as well. Ellsworth just found the end zone, so 19-6, as literally as I read that off. Ellsworth found the end zone, and that's, of course, in El Dorado. On the basketball floor, Heston over Friends, 111-73. Seward County up 8 on Southern Nevada. Highland down 15 early to Iowa Lakes. We'll see Cowley in action later this afternoon as well. Colby up 8. Hutchinson hosts Tonkawa. That should be a good game today. Tonkawa, Matt Jordan, has the number one leading scorer in the country, Javonte Campbell, averaging 36 a game. But he has his work cut out for him today going up against the Hutch Blue Dragons.
Hutchinson, just one of those teams that, it doesn't matter what the sport you're talking about, they have a great team, and they're going to be one of the better teams on the girls' side and the men's side for basketball season all year long. Coffeyville definitely going to have those matches circled both times they play, especially the men with Carroll the transfer.
No doubt about it. Dodge City girls get a win 75-54 over Arizona Western. Hutch girls up big in the fourth quarter as well. And Lady Ravens will be in action immediately following us. They take on NEO this afternoon.
Trying to get revenge for the men.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're off to a 4-0 start, a 77-point win last night, Matt. That's a pretty dang good basketball team Tony Turner has this year.
Yeah, I mean, they were going up against Haskell JV, but 115 against the air is good. And to hold the team to 38 points. And when you got, 7 players scored double digits last night or something like that. So impressive. One of those having 24 in Bailey Lehman. So it's a deep team. Tony Turner, I think, may have more talent this year than he's had in years past, and managing that is going to be interesting to see how you work. But when you have the 3 leaders like you do on that team, figuring out the pieces around them is going to be fun to see how he manages all that.
It certainly is. This has been the Red Raven Halftime Show presented by Community State Bank. Red Ravens will get the football to start the second half. Let's step away for 60 seconds. We'll be right back on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
'24 models are showing up daily. Roman Chevrolet will donate $5 to the American Cancer Society for every social media post shared. The goal is to donate $170,000. Test drive a new 2023 Chevy Silverado and check out the huge selection of pre-owned vehicles at Roman Chevrolet, 2313 West Main, Independence, your Silverado City.
When you need to rely on a nursing facility for the care of a loved one, wouldn't it be comforting to know that the owner is providing the care? Owner Stephanie Bean with Medical Lodges is proud to supply that tender care in Coffeyville. Skilled nursing services, rehabilitation, adult daycare, and much more are all offered. Visit medicallodges.com or stop by 2921 West 1st in Coffeyville and learn more. Medical Lodges, Coffeyville.
Dodge City kicks the opening kickoff of the third quarter out of bounds on a little pooch kick. That'll give the Ravens great field position. I'm Shane Neal, Matt Jordan alongside with me. And Matt, looked like Garden tried to catch the Ravens off guard and just didn't execute it well, and that sailed out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but that went out at the 40.
So the Ravens will start at their own 45. That's
great starting field position.
Garden defense has been very strong today, and that just felt like, you kind of dug them in a hole. And now we see Matt Jordan a change at the quarterback position. He was deemed available before the game, and now we see him out on the field, number 19, Jeremiah Moore, in there for the Ravens.
I saw him working a bit at halftime. I thought maybe just, trying to keep himself loose, but he will start the second half. Interesting decision to go with Moore. We'll see how healthy that shoulder looks.
And in a game where you need to kind of unlock the running game, I think the running quarterback makes a lot of sense. First down snap for the Ravens from their own 45. Moore fakes the handoff, now takes off. Jeremiah gets about 2 yards, where he's wrapped up at about the 48-yard line. And he popped up pretty quickly after that one, so you're always nervous on the first play, but there he goes.
The play calling to go quarterback run, first play with him out there. So we'll see how things look. He's been a spark for this team all season long since they did make the switch to him, so we'll see what the drives look like from here on out.
And the Garden front seven has been so good today that adding a quarterback that can take off, I think, brings a new dimension to this offense. 2nd down and 8 here for the Ravens. Moore hands off this time to Wiggins, who tries to get to the outside and does. O'Meary Wiggins inside the 35, 30, 25, and wrapped up at the 23. And you bring in Jeremiah Moore, and good things happen. Ravens are driving inside the Garden 25.
Well, Enzo is the threat to run, but he's not the same kind of threat that Jeremiah is. And so now you have to respect the read option game and the quarterback run, and that's what Garden did and allowed Wiggins to get to the outside.
Garden player down on the field. Let's take a quick 60-second timeout. We'll be right back. Ravens driving, US 98, Red Raven Sports Network.
This is Community State Bank at work. This is Community State Bank at work. This is Community State Bank at work in our community. From kids' activities to school programs to funding home and business loans, every day Community State Bank is at work in our neighborhood. Whether you bank at Community State Bank or not, they're working for you every day. Community State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Mike Avey, and at Community State Bank, we believe in Coffeyville.
If you could use a little help around the house, Windsor Place At-Home Care is the perfect solution for you. Their caregivers are prepared to help you with laundry, meals, housekeeping, shopping, and more. These helpful services are so reasonably priced, you can afford to pay for them yourself. In many cases, long-term care insurance or other sources provide assistance with the cost. Home is where the help is. Call Windsor Place At-Home Care, 800-982-1866.
Back here from the Garden City, having a player helped off the field. Not putting a lot of weight on that leg, and we sure hope he's okay after the big run. Mary Wiggins, big run. Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, that looks like, is that the linebacker that had the big first half and Daniel Martin there?
I can't tell if that's one or not.
No, I see one out there now, so that's not one. We'll get that number to you as soon as we can.
The arms are covering the jersey,
yeah.
So I can't get a read on who the injury is to.
We'll get that number to you as soon as we can, but we do hope he's okay. Final game of the season, you never want to see somebody get hurt like that. NFL start against the Ravens here on first down. Going to be on the left tackle, Rod Green.
Little 5-yard penalties like that after a big play are momentum killers. That's not the case on this drive for the Red Ravens.
Injured player, appreciate the confirmation, is number 23, Jordan Pollard. Actually had a great play in the first half in coverage. As there's a handoff Wiggins. Wiggins inside the 25 and driving his feet forward to about the 21. Call it a gain of 6.
Yeah, Pollard had been tasked with manning up on Joseph Young, and he had been, for the most part, step with him when he's been manned up on him. Young scored that touchdown when they were in more of a zone defense, but that's going to be a big miss for Garden City in the second half if he's out the rest of the half.
2nd down and 9 as Wiggins got the penalty yardage back plus an extra yard. Just underway here in the second half. Ravens lead at 7-6. They are driving down to the Garden City 21. Another handoff to Wiggins. Wiggins breaks a tackle inside the 20, fighting his way to the 15, and inside the 15. Wiggins all the way down near the 11-yard line, and he might have a first down. And it is a first down, and Wiggins, very similar like we said with Devin Neal and KU at the break. You know, it's hard to keep him down for 4 quarters, and Amiri Wiggins has come out of the locker room, and he looks like the Amiri Wiggins we've seen all year.
Yeah, Wiggins has looked very good to start this game, start the second half, I should say, in this game after being held pretty much nothing in the first half.
Under center snap here for the Ravens. And it's a dive play here to Wiggins, who fights his way down to about the 8-yard line, gain of 4. And something we talked about earlier this week, Matt, Wiggins is a freshman, but the way he's played this year, I'm not sure if I'd count on him being back in Coffeyville next year.
I hope he is, but I don't know necessarily if he's going to be or not. But with Jones and Parks,
yep.
you know, I'll miss him, but there are guys here to replace him. And Coach Lyer recruits running backs really well. The whole staff and Lyer does. They recruit running backs really well. So
future of the position still good.
Yeah.
2nd down and 6 here for the Ravens from the 8-yard line. Fake the handoff this time. Moore steps up, sheds a sack, dumps it off to Remington Easley, but that's going to be a big loss for the Ravens as Easley's chopped down. That was just great defense by Garden pursuing that play.
Good job by Moore to even get the pass off. It's one of those where you'd rather just have the guy not catch it and set up 3rd and after the incomplete pass instead of losing about 6 yards.
3rd down and 12. Almost 4 minutes into the second half. Ravens at the 14-yard line of the Broncbusters. Jeremiah Moore in at quarterback, looking to lead a touchdown drive in the first possession of the second half. Moore back to pass. Pressure comes from Garden. Moore running for his life. Gets to the sideline, throws across his body. That's pulled in! Baylor Nash, touchdown, and the magic of Moore continues for Coffeyville. Maybe the best throw of the year from Jeremiah across his body as he was going out of bounds. What a dime from the Wichita QB.
I thought that touchdown he threw against Butler was the best play I was going to see by him all season, and he just one-upped it in this one. More magic is something else.
And he's not even at 100%, Matt. He's still playing with a banged-up shoulder. This is, you know, we talk about a Field Kinley star, Aaron Tunstall, as there's a conversation with the officials and Coach Minnick over there.
I think they're going to try to say he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, there might be a review on this play. Baylor Nash, for now, has the touchdown catch.
We'll go to the Matt
the
Jordan
RRSN
official.
angle?
Well, yeah, the Matt Jordan official replay review here.
That's been one of my favorite parts of the year, is the Matt Jordan official review. And Garden City will challenge. We'll challenge the play call. But Matt, it reminds me a lot of a star running back here in Coffeyville, Field Kinley, Aaron Tunstall, who hurt his leg in football season last year. Came back at about 80% is what he told us, and finished 2nd in the state in track in a sprint race in the 200-meter dash.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah Moore definitely playing with a discomfort in his shoulder, and we'll see if he stepped out of bounds or not. But even if he did step out of bounds and this play comes back, that was an incredible throw. As Matt Jordan zooms in on the official replay review.
I can't tell there.
So we're thinking maybe not disputable video evidence. Call stands potentially.
I need to see another angle. I don't know if they have one, but the one that. The end zone angle on the Red Raven Sports Network is not disputable enough to let me know if he stepped out or not.
Jeremiah Moore with a 11-yard touchdown throw to Baylor Nash. We'll see if it stands. Right now, 13-6 Ravens with the play under review.
Wait, listen, replay has been terrible this year, too. Was it Amiri Wiggins that got robbed of a touchdown earlier this season?
Because he landed on the defender, yep.
And so it's been terrible this season. So
We'll see.
I can't tell.
And if you can't tell, it should be stands, right?
Watch right here, Shay, as he is very close, but he lets this thing go. I can't.
That right foot, you can't tell.
You can't tell.
But, yeah.
And I get Garden making the decision because it is very close.
Yes. I would say, based on the angles we've seen, and maybe there's an angle that we haven't seen, but I would say I would go call stands.
Unless they have a more zoomed in angle to
but even
that sideline.
You'd have to have like a far side angle almost.
But props, shout out to all the operators over there because they showed multiple.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
Call stands.
Garden City,
Touchdown Ravens. And it's maybe in a year full of big plays from Jeremiah Moore, that might have been the best one.
Yeah, that was incredible. Just an absolute amazing play by Moore to keep the play alive. And then the South Coffeyville kid in Baylor Nash to watch his quarterback and get open so he
come
can
back to the ball.
Come back to the ball. Show his chest as QB and make a play.
No doubt about it. Connor Gellender out for the extra point. Snap is good. Hold is good from Dowd. The kick from Gellender is through. Jeremiah Moore back on the field and back making big plays for the Ravens. Coffeyville 14, Garden City 6, 10:56 to go third quarter. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
We can make you workforce ready at one of our technical campuses, be a student athlete, join an honors program or an activity, have a voice with student government, and be involved with student life events. Our school believes in our red and white traditions, providing you with a quality education and preparing you for the next journey in life. Once you experience our campus, you know you've made the right choice. Let us help you make our story your story and become Raven proud.
Make your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture.
A tackle about the 17 with a flag coming in as well. Coffeyville has some serious momentum after Garden struck first. As another late flag comes in, that may be a late hit against the Broncbusters. A lot of flags here to decide between, but after Garden City struck first with a 77-yard touchdown, Enzo Tedesco found Joseph Young to give the Ravens the lead late in the first half, and welcome back Jeremiah Moore here in half number 2. Ravens have scored 14 straight points, and Matt feels like Coffeyville's starting to play a little bit looser here this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely that feels that way, and I just, Moore, I don't know if I've seen one player create such a spark for a team like Jeremiah Moore has done time and time again. He's just so dynamic. And I certainly hope he returns next year.
I was going to say, you talk about a guy that has made so many wow plays as a freshman, where if he gets a full offseason to, fully grasp this offense and fully design a scheme around his talent, and he comes back as a quarterback on this roster next year, I think Coffeyville can be right back in the 7, 8, 9 win discussion with a quarterback like that.
Multiple fouls on the play. During the return, holding, return
hold
team,
against Garden. I believe we also are going to have
after the
a
play,
against Garden.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 9, return team. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 14,
number
Coffeyville.
9, I believe that's going to be
That's
the
East Blair's first
Myers.
unsportsmanlike conduct foul towards disqualification. 10-yard penalty will be enforced.
The unsportsmanlike
conduct fouls.
Coach Liker getting a understanding of the play there from the officials.
So I was going to say those unsportsmanlike offset, so you lose the 10 yards. Lose the 10 yards on the holding, but then the 215s don't do anything. But I think both of those are their first, and so they're warned. You get 2 of those and you're done.
Yeah. There's still going to be buried pretty deep in their own territory. Is Garden going to start inside their own 10 again today?
Third time tonight, or this afternoon.
Shotgun snap here for Kirk. He's back to throw. Ross bringing pressure, taking a shot down the field. Shepard trying to catch up. It's caught. And off to the races. Another big play touchdown for Garden. Player down in the end zone, but as of now, it's a touchdown, and it's Keon Brown.
I think this is going to be a late hit tacked on to it, too. And I think quarterback there for Garden paid for that big play.
A timeout for an injured player.
Oh, there was an injured player on their side.
Red Ravens defense for the most part today has been solid, but they have been burned by big passing plays now twice today.
That was just unfortunate because the corner just made a bad adjustment to the ball and then fell down, which led the easy one-play touchdown. But it looks like Kirk pretty badly injured here.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. Let's step away for 60 seconds. The Garden City quarterback still down on the play. We'll see if the play stands when we come back in 60 on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
New Filet-O-Lay steak bowl from Taco Mayo. A heaping bowl filled with Mexican favorites and literally erupting with filet mignon. The Filet-O-Lay steak bowl can be yours if you make it past Chuck Steak Canyon and the deadly sirloin abyss. Filet mignon beckons, my friend, on the meaty, mighty pinnacle of beefdom. The Filet-O-Lay steak bowl from Taco Mayo. Welcome to Meat Mountain.
Got a car? Maybe a motorcycle or even a boat? Do you rent or own your own home? If you have any of these, call NDB in Coffeyville and then relax. NDB can protect your assets and save you money. They represent numerous insurance companies so that they can help you find the right insurance at the right price for you. NDB at 812 West 11th in Coffeyville. Call Ben Vietz at 620-251-1970 and relax.
Back here, 10 on Veterans Memorial Stadium in the third quarter. Ravens lead at 14-12. Big 91-yard passing play for the Broncbusters to get into the end zone. But the story right now is the quarterback, Cody Kirk, who continues to be down on the field, getting help from both training staffs now. And we, unfortunately, nobody up in the booth here saw the hit. So we're not sure what necessarily is the issue, but it definitely does not appear to be anything minor.
Well, he's up now on his feet. Maybe he just got the air knocked out of him. But he's walking the wrong way. Could be concussed.
They're helping him to the sideline.
Oh, man. Well, that's never good when they're helping the injured player to the wrong sideline.
Well, and it looks like they're taking him straight to the locker room.
Yeah, that's tough, and I hope he's okay.
Yeah, we do absolutely hope that Kirk is okay, but it seems like at least for the near future and potentially for the rest of this football game, Garden City may be operating with QB2.
Start talking about the ref.
We'll see who.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a hand for the touchdown? The ruling of targeting number 45 is confirmed.
Targeting.
And that's going to be a big loss for the Ravens, as that's Griffin Lampton, who has just been ejected from this game.
45 has been ejected from the game for targeting.
So both teams lose key players.
Garden loses their starting quarterback, and the Red Ravens lose their best pass rusher.
You mean to go over to the field goal now?
So the backup quarterback emerges for Garden City, and we'll hopefully get you a name here as soon as we can. It's been very difficult to see the numbers on the back of Garden jerseys today. Two-point conversion here. This would tie it up. And running out of time, and he was out of bounds when he threw it. It's intercepted anyway.
So Kirk has not been this team's...
Is that a number 10, Matt, that I see there, a QB for Garden? Does that look like a 10 to you?
It does.
That would be Zamarian Harper.
Yeah. According to the stat, Jalen Daniels was this team's starting quarterback for the majority of the season. 121 for 211. Then Kirk was 65 for 119. But now with Kirk injured.
So this sounds like almost like the Kansas quarterback situation, huh? Here.
Yeah.
You just can't keep the QBs on the field, it seems like.
And so it does look like it's going to be Zamarian Harper is going to be the guy the rest of the way.
So now Garden will kick off from the 50-yard line. The 2-point conversion was no good, so the Ravens still lead at 14-12 here this afternoon. We'll see if Garden tries that pooch kick again now that they have a little bit more field to work with.
Daniels must have gotten hurt earlier in the season.
As that kick goes through the end zone, Ravens will start at their own 25-yard line. Jeremiah Moore will come back out for Coffeyville. So both teams score a touchdown on their first possession of the second half, which is the polar opposite of what happened in the first quarter.
Both teams now with backup quarterbacks. Jeremiah Moore.
Well, the Ravens, it's a funny dilemma. It's a backup quarterback that used to be a third-string quarterback that then became the starting quarterback, and then today was the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Moore takes the snap under center and play blown dead.
I'm going to go through all these box scores and see if I can't make heads or tails of
when he got hurt.
What they've done at the quarterback position all season.
Something that is we've seen today, Matt, not in terms of frequency, but just in terms of bad timing. Costly penalties for this Raven team in the second and third quarters. Moore under center, takes the snap, back to throw, steps up ahead of the pressure, now taking a shot down the field, and that's going to be picked off. Intercepted, and this will be a big return for Garden inside the 25. Flag comes in late. That'll be an illegal blindside block, I believe, but interception by Cameron Upshaw Jr., his second of the game.
And there's 2 flags.
But the return will be negatively negated by the penalty. Moore felt some pressure on that one, Matt, and tried to take a shot on the deep ball, and I don't know if it was the shoulder injury or if it was that he couldn't get his feet set the way he wanted to, but underthrew it, and Upshaw was there to jump it.
Big time underthrown. We'll see what the backup can do with Garden trailing by 2.
And that'll put the ball at the, see where they spotted here for Garden. It'll be at the 49-yard line. And that's a big penalty then, because Upshaw went out of bounds at about the Coffeyville 25, and now they're back across midfield in their own territory at the 49-yard line. So that's a crucial penalty by Garden on that interception.
So it looks like week 3, these teams started splitting. This team started splitting
quarterback.
Kirk was 5 of 12 for.
Toss left here by Garden, and that's not going anywhere. Ravens read it well. Might have lost a yard. That was Caden Ross as well as Jordan May.
It was 5 of 12 against Iowa Western with were 101 yards, 92 of which came on one play. So big plays have been his deal all season. And so, yeah, third string quarterback in here for Garden.
Second down and 11 here for the Bronc-Busters. Harper in the shotgun by himself with 5 wide receivers. He takes a shot down the field, well overthrown. Might have been a miscommunication on the route. In coverage there for the Ravens was the linebacker, Prince Samuels. And that's been a story of today and a story of the season, Matt, where when the offense makes mistakes, more times than not this year, the Raven defense has been able to bail them out.
Yeah, that's how the season's gone all year, and that's what they're hoping for in this one, and try to get the win in the last game.
3rd and 11, Caden Ross trying to get off the field, and I think the Ravens are going to burn a timeout. They are. 3rd down and 11 coming up. Raven defense looking for a stop. 9:42 to go, third quarter. Coffeyville up 14-12. We're back in 60 on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
Of caring for our friends and neighbors. We are your regional healthcare system, caring for Southeast Kansas and Northeast Oklahoma. With comprehensive technology and experienced medical staff, caring medical professionals, and a 24-hour emergency room staffed with emergency medicine physicians, we are people you know and healthcare you trust. For more information, visit our website, crmcinc.org.
It's truck season at Roman Chevrolet. All 2023 Chevy Silverados qualify for 0% interest. No payments for 90 days and $1,000 cash allowance for qualified buyers. We have a great selection of Silverados, and 2024 models are showing up daily. Roman Chevrolet will donate $5 to the American Cancer Society for every social media post shared. The goal is to donate $170,000. Test drive a new 2023 Chevy Silverado and check out the huge selection of pre-owned vehicles at Roman Chevrolet, 2313 West Main in
9:42 to go, third quarter. Ravens lead at 14-12. 3rd and 11 here for Garden City with third-string quarterback Samarian Harper. And Harper rolls right, looking to throw. Ravens trying to generate some pressure. Harper now trying to buy time, throwing across his body, and that's knocked away from the tight end lines. And Matt, it's once again Landon Barrett in there for Coffeyville.
Barrett going to have to definitely step up now with Lampton getting disqualified. Harper looks like he's fairly mobile as far, so that might bring an interesting matchup with the defense the rest of the way.
What is it about third-string quarterbacks and mobility?
Being the mobility guy. But I did some digging, so it looks like, I don't know if he got hurt last week or not, but Jalen Daniels played really well last week against Snow in that 1-point loss. But then Kirk was the guy in this one, and it looks like they're without both of those guys, and we're going to get a penalty here.
And that's Kamari Johnson, and he was pleading that he got part of the kick.
It was not a very good punt. I did not see if he touched it or not. I just saw the punt.
There is no foul. There you go. Because he did get a piece of it. Great play by Johnson, and they pick up the flag.
I will say it's pretty good officiating today. I think
for the most part, I think they've done all right. And I think, we've talked about Barrett multiple times today, Matt, but a guy that we talked about, talented freshman linebackers on this team, Aiden Dark being one of them, but a big day for the freshman out of Memphis, Tennessee, and Kamari Johnson. He's been very impressive today.
Yeah, I can't say enough about both units and how well they've played, but Coffeyville, I still think, has to figure something out offensively. Even with a third-string quarterback, I don't feel comfortable with a 2-point lead.
No, I don't either. But I'll tell you what, I do feel comfortable with Jeremiah Moore back out there on the field.
I do.
That feels good.
Nothing against Enzo. It's just, for whatever reason, the team responds so much better to Jeremiah.
Absolutely. Ravens first down here at their own 40-yard line. Moore will hand it off, and breaking a tackle initially, might have fought his way forward for about a yard. That's Amiri Wiggins. We're 6 minutes into the third quarter. Ravens lead at 14-12. A great throw from Jeremiah Moore to Baylor Nash got the Ravens an 8-point lead, but a quick response by Garden City on the touchdown throw to Keon Brown. Garden City also lost their quarterback on that play, Cody Kirk. Second down here for the Ravens. Moore back to throw. Gets some time. Finds Crenshaw. Crenshaw's got a nice little gain of about 7 yards. It'll set up third down and manageable for the Ravens.
We'll see if they take any more deep shots with Moore. If they use a little bit more of this nickel and diming it down the field, dinking and dunking it. and using his legs with the running game mixed in as well to move the ball offensively and not put any too much strain on that shoulder.
Well, Coach Lyer and Jeremiah know more than us about how much damage is actually done to that shoulder and what he's capable of doing in terms of throwing the football. Here on third down, he keeps it. Jeremiah trying to break a tackle, fighting his way forward, but he's still going to be a couple yards short of the first down. Moore's helmet came off on that play. And we'll see Cade Dowd and the punt team come out. Jeremiah racking up the touchdowns this season, but he's also racked up probably more than anyone else helmets falling off.
Yes, that is true. It's not a stat we keep, but
I feel like he has to be the team leader.
His helmet has popped off a number of times.
That has to be at least 4. It might be number 5 this year. He had 3 in the Ellsworth game.
Yeah.
Snap to Dowd. It's a low snap. Dowd got the kick off. We'll see if it takes another Raven bounce. This one, they let it go. And once again, Cade Dowd having his best day of the year as that's going to roll down to about the 11-yard line.
Is he 4 for 4 with punts inside the 20?
He sure is. And he's 1 yard away from having 3 inside the 10.
Impressive.
He has been very, very good today. He's had a solid season, but this has certainly been his best day of the year, and he's ended the season on a very good note. Dowd, the sophomore from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. If he keeps kicking like he's kicked today, I mean, his football career is not going to be over.
No, he'll punt at the next level.
Garden City starting at their own 11-yard line. We're about halfway through the third quarter. Ravens lead at 14-12. Coffeyville trying to end their season with a home victory, and that's a broken tackle by Fred Davis. He fights his way forward to about the 17-yard line. Solid gain of 6 on first down for Garden.
Listen, you're not making tackles high up on Fred Davis.
No, you're not.
They tried to wrap him up around his shoulder pad area. You're not making him. He's breaking out of that just about every time.
Another stoppage of the clock here. 7:14 to go in the third quarter.
Very quick-paced first quarter, or first half, I should say.
It slowed down quite a bit.
It is slowed down significantly here in the third quarter.
Second down and 3 after they mark a 7-yard run by Davis. Clock starts moving once again. Harper in the shotgun. Second down here for the Bronc-Busters. Harper takes the snap, looking for a quick throw outside. That's caught. Nice catch by the receiver. Cuts back inside, and he's up to about the 28-yard line with a first down on a gain of 10 yards. Garden hurries up to the line. First down and 10 from the 28. And it's a handoff left side and a good run for Garden as they're up to about the 38-yard line. Should be a first down.
I think this one's coming back, Shay.
Good call. I did not see the flag. It looks like it's in the Garden City backfield and could be coming back due to a hold.
Well, the flags are about the same color as the Garden jerseys.
And I follow the ball. I'm one of those fans, Matt.
Yeah, well, that's your job.
Yeah.
I'm here to watch everything else for you.
Oh, thank you. That's why we work. And it is a holding penalty against the Bronc-Busters. They'll back them up to a 1st and 20. And after a solid throw and a couple good runs, that kind of penalty, that can kill a drive.
Yeah, that's one of those drive killers. I talked about it. Coffeyville's drive a few drives ago, and they fortunately for them got a touchdown out of that drive, but Garden here with a backup quarterback in, third-string guy in, you can't afford plays like this.
You look down on the Coffeyville sideline, Jeremiah Moore getting some work and getting some extra throws down there.
Loosen up that arm.
He did not play the first half, came in the third quarter and made one of his best plays of his college career to give the Ravens their second touchdown of the game, but he's also thrown an interception on a very underthrown football, which we assume can be attributed to that shoulder injury. Shotgun snap here and a handoff to Davis, and this time the Ravens plugged the hole very nicely. It might have lost a yard.
Unfortunately for Davis, his own offensive lineman plugged the hole first, and then the Red Ravens filled around that and came up with the stop. But Coffeyville, props to them and Davis as well. Davis started out the game really hot. Coffeyville answered. Davis was responded, picking up some good chunk plays, and now Coffeyville's answered right back.
Davis is a solid running back. I don't think his football career is over either. I think he's going to find a spot to call home for his junior and senior seasons. Harper with the fake, now flips it to the tight end. Ravens trying to run him out of bounds, and they make the shove at about the 28-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 12 coming up for Garden.
Well, early in this game, Alexander Lyons was the guy that the ball just they were finding him over and over again on that first drive. That's his first catch since that first drive.
Yeah, Ravens have done a nice job. He was targeted a couple drives ago, and the Ravens punched it out. But now 3rd down and 9 here from their own 29-yard line. Raven defense looking for yet another stop here in the second half with the 3rd-string quarterback. Harper in the shotgun, takes the snap. Pressure from the Ravens. Harper steps up, finds room to run, and Zamarian Harper across the 40 up to about the 43. Nice play by who appears to be the most mobile of the Garden quarterbacks, and he's got a 1st down.
Officials missed the holding there. Not Travion. Landon Barrett. Barrett was held that time. Barrett got initial pressure, and as he tried to get back to the quarterback, his arm was held.
Handoff left to Davis. Davis gets to the 47-yard line. A quick little 4-yard gain on 1st down as this 3rd quarter clock continues to run. So Garden City, much like that first drive, Matt, just methodically moving it down the field, but that first drive of the game, the Ravens were able to get the stop. We'll see if they can replicate that here. Harper back to throw, looking right side. That's tipped up and incomplete.
Some of the most exciting plays in football are when that ball is popped straight into the air.
We think that might have gone off the helmet of the defensive lineman Fields Aime, who is a name we have not called as much as some other guys this year, but he's had a big day today, about 3-4 tackles, and he made that play there, getting maybe a helmet on the ball, but he did disrupt the pass. He did get a hand on it per Andrew Elrod, so we can give him official credit for the hand. Back to throw, 3rd down here. Harper looking for time. Hit as he throws. It's caught. It's going to be about a yard short of the 1st down. Now, Matt, that would have been a 1st down in the NFL because he was not touched. He just went down on the catch. But unfortunately, it's going to be 4th and 1 here at the college level.
Doesn't matter at the college level.
So we presume Garden will go for it just across midfield, looking at 4th down and 1. Harper in the shotgun. And a handoff up the middle. That'll get the 1st down to about the 45-yard line and pushing forward to about the 44. So Garden City keeps the drive alive with a 4th down conversion. And they're eating up a big portion of this 3rd quarter to do so.
Defense is going to have to step up here, try to get the ball back, or force a turnover on downs or a punt. Field goal takes the lead for Garden.
3:10 to go in this 3rd quarter. 1st down, Broncbusters at the Red Raven 44-yard line. Coffeyville up 14-12. Harper with a quick screen pass, and the Ravens read it well, but spinning out of a tackle and still turning it into about a 5-yard gain there. Ravens met the receiver right about the line of scrimmage, but he spun out of the first tackle, and on a play that looked like it was going nowhere, it's a 5-yard gain for Garden.
Garden definitely wants to get that run game going with how having a backup quarterback in this game. You really want to lean on your run in those kind of moments.
Under 2.5 to go, 3rd quarter, 2nd down and 5. Handoff, big hole inside the 30 for Davis, and he's down to the 22-yard line, 17 yards. One of the better runs of the day for the Broncbusters, and they're just outside the red zone here late in the 3rd quarter. Now, if this drive potentially comes to this, Matt, something to keep an eye on. The Garden City kicker missed the extra point on their first score of the game, so maybe a little less certainty at the kicking position than a team like Coffeyville with Connor Gallender.
Missed extra point, which led to failed two-point conversion. That's the difference in the game.
First down, Broncbusters at the 22. Another handoff. Davis, big hole again as he lowers the shoulder, and he's inside the 10. Fred Davis getting his money's worth here this afternoon.
Davis had 18 carries in the first half. He's probably approaching the 30 carry mark, and we're just in the third quarter.
Well, the sophomore playing his last game at Garden City, and they're making sure they get their money's worth. First down and goal for the Broncbusters. And it's a keeper for the quarterback, Harper. He's down to about the 6-yard line. Tackle was made by Devon Irving and Kamari Johnson.
K-State 35-7 after that game was tied 7-7.
Yeah, we figured K-State would do pretty well today, so not as surprising to me. Final minute of the third quarter. It's second down and goal here for Garden City, down by 2. But having one of their better drives of the afternoon. Man in motion. Harper takes the snap, handoff Davis. Davis tries to spin out of a tackle, going backwards, and 4 Ravens converge to knock him back about 6 yards. Adrian Patterson, the one that gets credit with the tackle, but Matt, after second and goal from the 5 and looking like Garden had a really good opportunity to take the lead, now looking at third and goal from the 11 after a great play by the Raven defense.
Bend but don't break. That's a big part of finding success as a defense. We talked about it at all levels, and Coffeyville's defense trying not to break right now.
Third quarter in the books. Ravens lead at 14-12. A huge third and goal coming up from Garden. We're back in 90 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
That the owner is providing the care. Owner Stephanie Bean with Medical Lodges is proud to supply that tender care in Coffeyville. Skilled nursing services, rehabilitation, adult daycare, and much more are all offered. Visit medicallodges.com or stop by 2921 West 1st in Coffeyville and learn more. Medical Lodges Coffeyville, where they serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
This is Community State Bank at work. This is Community State Bank at work. This is Community State Bank at work in our community. From kids' activities to school programs to funding home and business loans, every day Community State Bank is at work in our neighborhood. Whether you bank at Community State Bank or not, they're working for you every day. Community State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Mike Avey, and at Community State Bank, we believe in Coffeyville.
If you could use a little help around the house, Windsor Place At-Home Care is the perfect solution for you. Their caregivers are prepared to help you with laundry, meals, housekeeping, shopping, and more. These helpful services are so reasonably priced, you can afford to pay for them yourself. In many cases, long-term care insurance or other sources provide assistance with the cost. Home is where the help is. Call Windsor Place.
Third and goal for Garden City as we start the fourth quarter. Harper back to throw, rolling left. Harper chased by Caden Ross. Pressure comes, and he got rid of it. Took a shot from Landon Barrett. Pass incomplete. And number 7 in red has been all over the field today.
Harper turned around and just threw that, literally just threw it away. Coach Liker hot about something. I think now a flag comes out. Intentional grounding?
I was going to say, does he want intentional grounding for that? Maybe make it a harder field goal for a team that doesn't have a stable kicker.
He was upset about something.
So now, and I think that's a big call, Matt, because that backs him up just a couple yards, but it makes it even more pressure on a kicker that missed an extra point.
Yeah. And it's the Coffeyville special teams that's been very good at blocking kicks. Man, that official came flying in so fast that his hat came off.
Now it's 4th down and goal. Officials have not spotted the ball yet. It'll be at the 12-yard line. So it's only a 1-yard penalty.
Because it's at the spot. Spot foul.
The ever so rare 1-yard penalty. And now they do send out the kicker. This for the lead for Garden City. 14:52 to go. This would give the Broncbusters a 1-point lead. Snap and false start. That'll make it even more difficult, because that's going to back it up to about a 35-yard kick, man.
False start, or is it offsides?
Both teams pointing at each other, and it is a false start. So that backs it up from 30 to 35, and just more pressure getting put on the Garden kicker.
Yeah.
If it wasn't such a close game, I'd almost say Coach Lyer should call a timeout just to completely screw with his head.
Right.
But you know, you should probably save those.
35-yard field goal for the lead is no gimme. He does have the wind, but the wind is it's not like a straight-on wind.
No, it's kind of like a circular wind. This is a pretty short drop back for a kicker. Ravens trying to get the offensive line rattled. Snap is good, the hold, and the kick is blocked.
Low line drive that was blocked by the guys in the middle.
So the Ravens get the block kick and hang on to the lead early in the 4th quarter. And a couple key penalties by the Broncbusters. That might have hurt the opportunity there to take the lead.
Yeah, that's tough. Now, Coffeyville, a touchdown might put this one out of reach. You at least want to try to get a field goal and not make it a 3-point game anymore.
And we talked about, you know, the intentional grounding on 3rd down, but that was intentional grounding because of just another stellar play by Landon Barrett. Ravens will start at their own 20-yard line. Jeremiah Moore. The way this game's going, Matt, it feels like if you can burn 4, 5, 6 minutes of clock and find the end zone one more time today, that might just be enough. Moore has Wiggins to his left. Tight end Remington easily to his right. And a pair of wide receivers at the top of the field. Moore takes the snap and a false start. So a 5-yard penalty for the Ravens will make it 1st and 15. 14:47 to go, just underway in the 4th quarter, excuse me. Jeremiah Moore in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Hand off to Wiggins. Wiggins trying to bounce outside. He gets to the edge, but he's chased down nicely and held to about a 2-yard gain.
Great pursuit by the Garden City defense. I thought Wiggins was going to find some space when he bounced outside, but good job, good angles by the defenders there, those linebackers, to push him out of bounds.
2nd and 13 coming up here for the Red Ravens. Hand off to Wiggins again. Wiggins trying to turn up field, gets across the 20 to about the 22. Gain of 5 yards. It'll set up 3rd and 8 here for the Red Ravens.
3rd a little bit more manageable after the good run, but still passing down here. If you want to pick up the 1st down, you see what they. I've liked their passing where they've kind of found the cushion in the defense and used the athleticism for the run after the catch to try to pick up 1st downs, and they've scored when they've done that as well. So we'll see what they choose to do here.
Minute into the 4th quarter, 3rd down and 8 here for the Red Ravens. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun look. 3 wide receivers on the play. Moore back to throw, taking a shot down the sideline. Lot of contact. Incomplete, no flag. Intended receiver on that one looks like Risto Bard.
I just don't think that was catchable. And so, contact or not, I don't think it mattered because I don't think Dobard was ever going to be able to get to that. Missed field goal or blocked field goal proves important because it keeps you in the lead, but don't do anything with it offensively, and we'll have to give it right back to them. And I think for the first time tonight, we won't see a punt go inside the 20.
Team MVP Cade Dowd back to kick. Gets it off. And this one a little bit shorter. And it crosses midfield and will be down right at about the 50-yard line. First kick today by Dowd that can't be described as coughing corner. And now the Raven defense will have to defend a shorter field as Garden starts at their own 50. Their own 50. At the 50. There is no own 50.
Everyone knows.
You'd think after a 10-week season, Matt, I'd know.
Well, in multiple, years covering football?
Kind of.
Second year?
First full year. I didn't go to a school that had a football team, so.
Never mind.
But still, I've done 8 high school games, 10 college games. Like this, there's no excuse anymore. Flags come in.
Well, that was about as delayed as I've ever seen.
I was going to say, they waited about 4 seconds to call that.
It's like the official forgot what he was supposed to be doing. He passed, was able to go back. Multiple players reacted.
Dozing off over there on the sideline.
Sleeping on the job. Should be 1st and 5.
Now we got a full-fledged discussion here.
I don't really know.
Full start, number 56, offense.
Oh,
5-yard penalty,
they hit him with
first down.
He got back. And I think the offensive line took too long to move.
It's now 1st and 15 here for Garden. Harper in the shotgun. Their own 45 takes the snap, handoff right, and a big hole. And slowing down the running back, but breaking a tackle. Jabari Tiller trying to run him down, and he's finally tracked down at about the 9-yard line, but that's a major play for the Brockbusters. Fred Davis, what a day he has had.
Incredible.
1st and goal coming up for Garden at the 9-yard line.
Against one of the better run defenses, too.
Under 13 minutes to go in this one. 1st and goal, Garden City at the 9-yard line. Harper in the shotgun. And it's a little counter play. It's spinning inside the 5, down to about the 4. Maybe we got to the 3. Jaden Shepard on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and goal here for Garden. They mark him at the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Harper takes the snap. This time an outside handoff, and Davis gets to the edge. Touchdown, Garden on top. Fred Davis doing it himself on the final Saturday afternoon of the regular season.
It's 29, 30 carries. I think that's 30 carries now on the night. That's impressive.
And you have to think they're going for 2 here to try and get it up to a 6-point lead.
That's 30 carries and not showing that he's ran the ball 30 times.
Incredible. That's a durable guy to get 30 carries in 3 quarters and 3 minutes. Timeout taken. We'll take it with them. Garden City back on top, 18-14. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
We can make you workforce ready at one of our technical campuses, be a student athlete, join an honors program or an activity, have a voice with student government, and be involved with student life events. Our school believes in our red and white traditions, providing you with a quality education and preparing you for the next journey in life. Once you experience our campus, you know you've made the right choice. Let us help you make our story your story and become Raven proud.
Make your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture.
2-point conversion here for Garden as they look to extend their lead up to 6. Harper rolling right. Now throwing back left. That's caught by Lyons, and Lyons into the end zone. Great play design. And Garden City with an 8-point possession to go from down 2 to up 6 with 12:16 to go.
Still a lot of game left.
And with a quarterback like Jeremiah Moore, who we've seen in this game, Matt, make some incredible plays. It feels like with number 19 on the field, they're always one play away from just turning the game upside down.
Not to mention Wiggins, who's been home run threats many times this season.
Credit to Garden. Fred Davis has had a spectacular afternoon. The Broncbusters back on top with a little over 12 minutes to go. So what does Coach Lyer have up his sleeve in the final quarter of 2023? Garden ready to kick. Ravens take it at their own 3-yard line. Crenshaw wrapped up at about the 21. And that's where Coffeyville will start. Now, Matt, of course, we saw a couple Garden City players leave injured earlier in this game, but in the fourth quarter of the last game of the year, I think, obviously you want Coffeyville to win this football game, of course, but I think the big thing is you don't want to see anybody get hurt right at the end of the season and have to rehab all off season.
Yeah, just try to get out of here as healthy as possible and come away with the victory.
12:06 to go. Ravens down by 6. Jeremiah Moore in the shotgun as the Ravens start at their own 21. And flags down again. I think that one's going to be a delay of game, and Jeremiah Moore was upset that the clock didn't reset. Is that the case?
I don't know what he was, but I think
because he instantly turned and went to an official.
Went to the white hat and tried to plead his case.
And they're going to call it delay of game. But the delay of game is going to be on the defense, Matt.
Oh.
How about that?
Interesting. Were they
covering the ball or something?
No, what is it? Imitating the snap count or I can't remember what the delay of game penalty generally is on the defense.
And now 1st and 5 for the Ravens as Garden gives them a free 5 yards. Start the drive. Moore in the shotgun. Ravens hand it off, and that's going nowhere. Lost a couple yards there, did Wiggins. Clock will run down inside of 11:45 to go, and the Ravens now looking at a 2nd down and 7. Moore walks up to the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 wide receivers at the bottom of the field, 1 wide receiver at the top, and that pass deflected, knocked down, intended for that wide receiver at the top of the field. That was, looks like number 14, Richard Ransom.
We haven't settled his name a lot in the last few weeks. He was very active at the early part of the season, but
had a nice day against Ellsworth as well.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 7 here for the Ravens. Moore in the shotgun once again. Coffeyville with a big conversion here if they can get it. Moore rolling right, trying to buy some time. Gets to the sideline and throws it away. Nothing opening up there for Jeremiah Moore, and he is, again, adamant at the official. Oh, no, excuse me. That time he was yelling at Krishan Crenshaw.
Well, he was pointing at someone. I wasn't sure who it was at. It must have been Crenshaw, and then he daps him up at, just some discussion.
Him and Crenshaw having a little bit of a heated exchange down there. I don't know if Crenshaw didn't run the route that Moore wanted him to run, or...
Defense, again, going to be asked to step up here. Keep it a one-possession game or try to take the lead themselves. Still a lot of clock left, though. Still a lot of game left.
Cade Dowd, this one a rocket off of his foot, and he fell and caught it. That was impressive.
That was. That was good hands. That had disaster fumble written all over it. There's a flag on the field right by where the punter was.
Now Dowd is heated with Coach Lyer. There's a lot of angriness in this 4th quarter. That's going to be a face mask against the Ravens.
That's rare. Chris Beard is 36. That's your Parsons kid.
So Garden will get a little bit of an aid to start their drive. Looks like they'll be starting right at about midfield again.
Oh, it might have been on 46.
The long snapper.
Which is Parker Stone, the long snapper. Dowd is yelling at Stone on the sideline. Now he looks like it's more cordial, but he was not happy with him for whatever reason.
We've seen 2 or 3 players that have not been very happy on the last few minutes for the Ravens. Some tension starting to maybe boil over a little bit late in this one.
Whatever it was, Stone walked away from where Dowd is standing.
That's a handoff to Davis, spinning his way up to about the 43-yard line. It's another 6 yards. Aiden Dark in on that tackle.
Oklahoma State wins Bedlam and falls apart against UCF. They're down 24-0 with 10:35 left in the 2nd quarter.
Wow.
3 turnovers early will do that to you.
Yeah, it certainly will.
I was worried. It is a classic track game. I was not feeling confident.
2nd down and 3 here for Garden City. Harper back to throw, looking right. Pressure, trying to buy some time. Now throwing back left, and that's caught and hit immediately, but it is going to be a 1st down.
Great job, though, that time by the quarterback in Harper.
Prince Samuels made the tackle, but you're right. Harper extending that play, buying some time, throwing back across his body, knowing he didn't need to get 30 yards on the play, and he just takes the quick little 6 and gets the 1st down to move the chains.
Good job progressing through his reads and finding the open guy.
Under 10 minutes to go. Ravens down 20-14. Garden at the 37 of Coffeyville with a 1st down. Raven defense maybe needing a play to save today's game. Handoff left and another nice hole, and he stumbles at about the 32, where he might have had more than 5. Fred Davis still running like a bull after 30-plus carries in that. It's impressive.
Yeah, I can't believe he's running as strong as he is still, despite all the work that he's taken and all the beating he's taken as well.
He's had a couple catches as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's over 30 touches.
2nd down and 5 here for Garden City, and the way they've been running the football, we might not see too many throws on this drive. Harper. Handoff right. Nice cut by Davis. He's going to have a 1st down inside the 25 as he's pushed down closer to the 20 to about the 22. Prince Samuels in on that tackle as well.
Field goal would make it a
two-score game.
Two-score game. This is odd. I don't normally see this, where most of the team huddled up except for the two receivers on the far side.
Well, they might not be using the two receivers. The way they've been running the ball.
Got him to jump. Free play. Oh, nope. They're not going to let it go.
So it'll be an offsides against the Ravens, presumably. Nope, false start. Wow. That's the second or third time today that we've thought the Ravens have jumped off sides and they call it a full start.
That might help out the Red Ravens a bit.
No kidding. So 1st and 15. That clock is still winding down to about 8:10 to go. Garden at the Red Raven 28-yard line.
We got basketball coming up after this.
Absolutely.
Busy day.
Lady Ravens take on NEO. Davis gets a handoff. That time he's met right at the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard or two. That was Caden Ross in there again. Ross is one heck of a player, Matt. That's another that's another freshman that we hope comes back, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if he didn't.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, a lot of guys come back after really good years. Some guys are able to go on to 4 years after their freshman year, but I'm always hoping that they return.
2nd down and 17. Harper in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff this time, looking for a shot down the field. Pass to the sideline is caught.
Wow, impressive.
Just out of the reach of Jabari Tiller, and the catch was made by Jalen Bean. And that should be a first down, and it is.
Harper has been impressive in this game.
He has.
Having 3 solid quarterbacks is what it looks like what Garden City has, and I've been impressed with Harper coming in cold. No time this year at all. This is his first snaps of the season.
Something about third-string quarterbacks, Matt Jordan. Something about third-string quarterbacks. Under 7 to go. First down, Garden at the 13-yard line, leading by 6. Harper takes the snap. Handoff left. Davis trying to turn the corner, cuts it back inside, and has about 5 yards down to the 8. And ever since the half, with the exception of a few plays, Garden's been able to get 5-6 yards a pop on the ground, and that's really hurt this Red Raven defense.
Yeah, they did a good job of answering the running attack early in the first half after it started as good as it did, but have not had an answer here in this latter part of the third and fourth quarter.
Harper in the shotgun here for 2nd down and 5. Takes the snap, handoff right. Davis trying to turn the corner, stayed on his feet down to about the 2-yard line, and it's 1st and goal again for Garden City.
This might be one of the most impressive performances by a running back I've seen in person at the collegiate level. I have to say collegiate level because of what I saw Aaron Tunstall do week 9 of.
I don't know if you're ever going to see a college running back go for 407 touchdowns, Matt.
Yeah. So this is one of the most impressive performances, and they finally give the man a breather.
If you give it enough time, you will see Aaron Tunstall at the collegiate level.
Yeah. I don't know in person, though.
Oh, I think you'd make that trip.
Well, I just mean calling the game unless some big change is happening.
And off on, it's a keeper, excuse me, and Harper into the end zone. What a fake. Even fooled me, and it's a touchdown for Garden with 5:22 to go. What a play call. Garden City has really established the run game here in the second half. Well, we've already made a plan to head up to Wichita next season to watch Kylie Ortiz and Princess Anderson wreak havoc on the American Athletic Conference. As Garden lines up here. And how about this, Matt? Chris Freund, our colleague, just texted me and said during a timeout, Independence head coach Rob Beckman in his first year, but he's been their assistant for the last couple of years, came over and complimented our broadcasts and said that we do a really good job. Wow. So big thanks to Coach Beckman.
Yeah.
Handoff on the 2-point conversion and fighting for the goal line, and I don't think he got there. He did not. So 26-14. Garden City in the end zone. Ravens have to pull a rabbit out of the hat with 5:22 to go. They're down 26-14. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
It's filet mignon. A heaping bowl loaded with refried beans, Mexicali rice, cheddar jack, sour cream, and tender filet mignon. It's filet mignon. Filet mignon. Filet mignon. Filet mignon. Filet mignon. Savor the juicy filet ole steak bowl stacked with filet mignon and only from Taco Mayo. That's a wrap. No, that's a bowl.
Got a car? Maybe a motorcycle or even a boat? Do you rent or own your own home? If you have any of these, call NDB in Coffeyville and then relax. NDB can protect your assets and save you money. They represent numerous insurance companies so that they can help you find the right insurance at the right price.
Ravens starting at their own 35 after a solid return by Krishan Crenshaw. I'm Shane Neal, Matt Jordan alongside with me. 26-14 Broncbusters lead, 5:16 to go. Jeremiah Moore back out there for the Ravens. Like we've said, Matt, we will have Lady Raven basketball immediately following this game. They take on NEO, and Coach Turner's squad looking for a 5-0 start to the season. And so far through the front four, they look mighty good. Jeremiah Moore in the shotgun here. First down, Ravens. Back to throw is Moore. Moore trying to buy some time. Steps up, spins out of a sack, but he's not going to get away from the second defender, and he's down at about the 33.
Problem with being down 12 with 5 minutes left in the game is you're making Coffeyville do something that they're not too used or primed to do, and that's throw the football a lot.
And after their fantastic first halves, Matt, we haven't called the name Breck Long or Joseph Young since the half. 4:40 to go, and a timeout looks like being taken by Coach Lyer. 4:38 to go. Let's take a quick timeout ourselves. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
Professionals are focused on you and your health. Our board-certified general surgeons provide expert surgical care close to home. From a routine colonoscopy to a life-saving mastectomy, the general surgeons at CRMC are equipped to handle many types of surgical procedures. For more information, call CRMC Medical Group at 620-252-1639.
It's truck season at Roman Chevrolet. All 2023 Chevy Silverados qualify for 0% interest. No payments for 90 days and $1,000 cash allowance for qualified buyers. We have a great selection of Silverados, and 2024 models are showing up daily. Roman Chevrolet will donate $5 to the American Cancer Society for every social media post shared. The goal is to donate $170,000. Test drive a new 2023 Chevy Silverado and check out the huge selection of pre-owned vehicles at Roman Chevrolet, 2313 West Main, Independence.
4:38 to go, 2nd and 12 for the Ravens, down 26-14 with just over 4.5 minutes left. I'm Shane Neal, Matt Jordan alongside Jeremiah Moore in the shotgun. Garden showing some pressure here on 2nd down. Moore back to throw, steps up looking for an out route, and it's caught and getting out of bounds there. Nice catch and nice play there by Bryce Bonner. But they're going to say he didn't get out of bounds because the clock is rolling. I thought he got hit out of bounds, but I guess not.
There's a subset of rules in sports or football that I don't really understand. It's when the clock does and doesn't run, and if you can't go backwards out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock, and that's what he did right there. So I think, or that won't stop the clock. I think that's what he did there.
3rd and 1, Moore back to throw, running, and Jeremiah throws off his right foot and hits Breck Long. First down, Ravens, down to about the 40-yard line of Garden. And the strength of Breck Long earns another extra couple yards.
Jeremiah pleading with the white hat again. I'm not sure what this was about. Maybe a late hit that Jeremiah felt like he took.
Ravens on the move in Garden City territory. 3:40 to go. Moore takes the shotgun snap. Pressure immediately. Gets off a screen pass to Wiggins. Wiggins breaks the tackle and gets about 4 yards and ducks out of bounds.
And that will stop the clock.
3:33 left. The clock's still running. Why is the clock running?
That should have stopped the clock. They even motioned.
I don't understand why the clock is running.
Well, we even got the motion for stopping the clock. I realize I'm doing it. No one can see me, but
Moore back to throw. Second down, Ravens taking a shot deep down the field. Receiver is there. Dive, and was it caught? No.
Oh, just out of reach. That was a touchdown.
I don't know if he would have gotten to the end zone on that dive.
Well, no, I mean,
if he hits him in stride.
If he catches him in stride.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
No, it was a fantastic effort to get a hand on the football.
And I'm still just sitting here. I know it's a 2-score game late, and the Ravens would need 2 touchdowns, but I don't feel good about how 30 seconds just ticked off the clock when I don't think they should have.
No, I'm with you. Well, and the motion for stopping the clock was given by the official on the sideline.
Moore back to throw. Ravens looking for a big conversion. Nash slipped, and that's incomplete.
Now, 4th down. This is likely the game.
2:54 to go. Ravens trailing 26-14, 2:54 to go in this one. Moore takes the snap. Ravens needing to convert to keep their season alive. Moore outside the pocket, fires a dart, and it's caught by Krishan Crenshaw to move the chains. Nice catch.
Coffeyville only has 1 timeout left, so an onside kick, if they score, is going to be needed.
And the clock is moving again. And now the officials are saying run the clock. But I guess I just don't understand it. I thought it was like if it's under 5, I thought it stopped if you went out of bounds. Moore again trying to make a defender miss. He does, and he gets down to about the 22. Does JUCO just have a different set of rules that I'm not used to?
Clock stoppage is not always something that I've always understood fully understood.
Moore back to throw, trying to buy some time. Gets outside the pocket, sets the feet, took a huge hit. Flags come out. Moore was blasted. And I would assume that's not just.
Almost caught that too.
I would assume that's not just roughing the passer. That might be targeting. Moore got absolutely rocked.
I think he has to come out too. Maybe.
Well,
not.
If there's a penalty, I don't think he does.
I think they're discussing if he's going to be disqualified.
That was a vicious hit. Roughing the passer with targeting, and I think that's the right call. Andrew, I heard Andrew over my back shoulder watching the replay, and I just hear him go, "Oh, that was bad." And that's never usually a good sign. When Andrew says that that line, it usually means it was a really nasty hit, or we're like off the air, and that's a problem. Oh, that's bad.
Now they're going to replay it to decide if it's actually targeting or not. But honestly, if it's targeting, it's not the worst thing because there are no more games to be suspended for. I guess if he returns here next year, then he could get suspended for the start of next year's game. But still.
That'd be pretty petty.
Well, I mean, that is the rule.
That is the rule.
But if he goes somewhere else, they're not going to.
That'd be funny if a suspension followed him to like a D1 school.
Yeah, he transfers to, you know.
You got targeting in a JUCO game. Looks like the officials have wrapped up their review. And, Matt, you know how it's the last week of the college football season? Because you see a bunch of players down there on the field in crutches and with braces on. That's the brutality of a full football
Right.
season.
Guys all banged up.
And all the guys out on the field are banged up as well. They're just not banged up to the point of needing crutches.
Crutches or slings or ice packs or braces. Yeah.
Well, and I know a guy that we saw a ton this year that hasn't been available the last couple of weeks. Ozario Smith suffered a nasty high ankle sprain, according to
He's
Coach
in a
Liker.
boot
And,
somewhere,
he's
yeah.
in a boot. Yep. Just ask, and targeting call will be confirmed. But just ask Boubacar Keita how not fun high ankle sprains are, because he had to get back from one before the start of basketball season.
I didn't see who was the one that.
It was one of the defensive linemen.
Okay.
92, I believe, is what they said. That's Howard Iyangi, a freshman.
So one of their bigger guys. Freshman could be back next year, and if he is, then he'll miss the first half of next year's first game.
So the Ravens now down to the 12-yard line, 2:07 to go. Now they move it to the opposite hash mark.
So they can pick up a first down without scoring here. But the touchdown is on the minds because that's what
You need two of them.
You need two of them in 2:07.
Chris Freund currently sitting in Nellis Hall, just pacing back and forth, I'm sure.
Patiently waiting to get that basketball game underway.
Jeremiah Moore back to throw, fakes the handoff, rolling right, now steps back left, trying to buy some time. Jeremiah still going down to about the 5-yard line.
Helmet comes off again. It's the third time
he's
in
now
this
tied.
game.
He's now tied his season high with 3 helmet
Now
lost
he'll
in a
have
game.
to come out, and they're going to Connor Oppo on this one play.
You'd have to guess running play.
Moore a little shaken up. He's limping off the field.
2nd and 5. Oppo takes the snap, back to throw. Oppo looking for Breck Long, incomplete.
I don't think that was to Breck. I think that was to Ransom. I think either Oppo threw the wrong route or the wrong route was ran, because I don't think that was to Breck Long. I think that was to the outside.
Moore back in here for
Outside
third
guy.
down. 3rd and 5 from about the 5. Now again, the Ravens can convert this 3rd down without scoring. But with only 1:50 on the clock, I'm sure they're thinking end zone here. Jeremiah Moore back to throw. Pressure comes. That's going to be another huge hit. And there's no foul.
Was it a face mask or was it a horse collar? The official said it real quick. Real quick. There is no foul.
We're going to have to go to the Matt Jordan replay review.
Foul.
What did he say? He said by rule there's no foul. Oh.
Now 4th down, and Matt currently kind of getting a look at that last play.
No, it's not a face mask.
They grab him at the base of the jersey.
That's what I'm
4th down here for the Ravens. This is the ball game right here if they can't convert. Moore takes the snap, back to throw, rolling right, throw on the outside, caught by Long, diving for the pylon, touchdown, Breck Long. Ravens keep their hopes alive, and once again, it's the former Sedan Blue Devil, Breck Long, making a big play.
What a play. What an effort by Breck Long. I did go back. It was a good call by the officials. It was not a face mask. He got grabbed by the jersey and yanked back. But that was a heck of a play to score a touchdown. So part 1 is done. Part 2 is the onside kick. If you recover it, part 3 is to win the game.
Well, and you almost have to recover the onside kick.
You
only have one timeout left.
It's onside kick or you lose this game. Or you force a turnover.
Gellender's extra point is up and good. Ravens down 26-21 with 98 seconds to go. Let's step away for 60. We'll be back in a minute on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
Owner Stephanie Bean with Medical Lodges is proud to supply that tender care in Coffeyville. Skilled nursing services, rehabilitation, adult daycare, and much more are all offered. Visit medicallodges.com or stop by 2921 West 1st in Coffeyville and learn more. Medical Lodges Coffeyville, where they serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
This is Community State Bank at work. This is Community State Bank at work. This is Community State Bank at work in our community. From kids' activities to school programs to funding home and business loans, every day Community State Bank is at work in our neighborhood. Whether you bank at Community State Bank or not, they're working for you every day.
Ravens kicking an onside kick, trying to keep their season alive. It took a pretty good bounce, but unless there was a fumble, it looks like Garden City, recovered that, and they did.
Now the Red Ravens have to hope for a fumbled snap, and I've seen crazier things in college football, but that's about the bad exchange or something goes wrong in the victory formation. That's about all they can hope for. Oh, my. Former Houston players and former NFL cornerback DJ Hayden and Zach McMillan died in a car accident earlier.
I read that Hayden did. I did not know there was another person in the car. That's very sad.
Both played at Houston. There's a flag on the field.
It's a delay game.
Interesting. Three snaps to win this one. They're not gonna go victory formation. So Coffeyville can try to force a turnover.
Snap, handoff, and that's a good run of about 7 yards. And I assume Coach Lyer will call his final timeout, and he will with a minute and a half to go.
So if they're going to give it to Davis, they're going to I expect Fred to pick up a few yards because they're going to be trying to punch the ball out.
Final timeout of the game. Let's step away for a quick 30. We'll be right back.
Coffeyville Community College, you can be you. We can make you workforce ready at one of our technical campuses, be a student athlete, join an honors program or an activity, have a voice with student government, and be involved with student life events. Our school believes in our red and white traditions, providing you with a quality education and preparing you for the next journey in life. Once you experience our campus, you know you've made the right choice. Let us help you make our story your story and become Raven proud.
Back here from Veterans Memorial Stadium. 6:21, 90 seconds left. And like Matt said, Ravens hoping for just a fumbled snap because they're now out of timeouts and down by 5. And now should just be a pair of knees here for, well, I guess, Matt, looking at the clock with 90 seconds left, a pair of knees would only get you down to about 15 seconds.
They are going to run, but
a first down obviously ends it. Handoff, and it's a keeper for Harper, and Landon Barrett knocks him backwards. So the Ravens get one stop there. As Barrett got some help from Jamani Johnson as well.
Yeah.
3rd down and 8 to go. Third down and 9 for Garden City, leading at 26-21. We're down to 50 seconds to go. It looks like Garden will call a timeout with 43 seconds left. We'll stay here for this one.
I don't think Coffeyville's going to have any time to do anything.
Doesn't
unless
look like
something
it.
happens. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, even if, even...
That's why I Liker should have saved the timeout. But I don't think it matters one way or the other.
They're going to put 2 seconds back on the clock, so 45.
So this play has to take 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and then the final knee would, well, it would turn it over. Yeah, I don't know about. I'm trying to do the math.
You could call a time. The Garden, yeah.
Well, no, this play. If this
play doesn't
if
get
this play
under
takes
40,
6 seconds and the
just-
clock doesn't stop, they can run out the clock.
Well, you'd snap it. I mean, even if you
don't
had a few
need
seconds
to
left,
snap the clock will just run out. You need this play to take 6 seconds and not stop the clock. If it goes below the 40, then you don't have to take a knee.
So it could be potentially the final play of the game. Shotgun formation. There's the snap. Rolling backwards. Buying as much time as he can and goes down right as it hits 40 seconds, and that will do it. Great clock management there by Garden City, and it's going to lead to them picking up a victory here in the final week of the regular season. Final score in this one, Garden City 26, Red Ravens 21. Let's step away for 60 seconds. We'll very quickly put a bow on this one when we come back and send it over to Nellis Hall. We're back in 60 on US 98 and the Red Ravens Sports Network.
Care insurance or other sources provide assistance with the cost. Home is where the help is. Call Windsor Place at Home Care 800-982-1866.
The Red Ravens postgame show is brought to you by Community Lodge, Gillum Liquor, Derail Commodity, Taco Mayo, Windsor Place at Home Care, NDB of Coffeyville, Coffeyville Regional Medical Center, and Roman Chevrolet.
Red Ravens fall in their final game of the season, 26-21, the final. Garden City comes to Coffeyville, gets the big-time win here at the Veterans Memorial Stadium on Veterans Day weekend. Ravens switched to Jeremiah Moore in the second half. He made one of his finest plays of the year, hooking up with wide receiver Baylor Nash for a big touchdown to give the Ravens the lead, but could not hang on as the night went on, and the afternoon went on, I should say. And Garden City had some great efforts today from Fred Davis, the running back, as well from backup quarterback Zamarian Harper, who stepped in after the injury to Cody Kirk and played an exceptional game to lead Garden City to a victory. Red Ravens season comes to an end at 3-7. And the Ravens will look to recover from a down year this year and be back towards the top of the Jayhawk Conference in 2024. Big thanks to Andrew Elrod. Big thanks to Matt Jordan as we've gone throughout the course of the season here in 2023. Going to pass it over to Chris Freund at Nellis Hall for Lady Raven basketball on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.